We're back. Everybody come back. Chat. Chat, come back. Chat. Please come back, chat. Chat. Guys, we're here. I'm sorry my internet exploded. Come back. Hello? Bro, where are everyone? We back. Yes, we're back. Hello. Oh, God. Oh, the calamity. He lives. I will not come back. No, you must come back. All 35 people who were in the chat before my Ethernet cable fell out needs to come back. Last thing I heard you say was, "They're ant lions." Yes, so somehow, apparently, without Jane or I moving or touching anything, the Ethernet cable fell out of my computer and as such disconnected me from the internet. So, hey, back. Oh, it was a you problem, not a me problem. It was. I demand right now that everyone come back. All of you who can't possibly hear this demand must come back right now, or you'll be sentenced to 15 years in the gulag. It was an antlion who popped your Ethernet cable. I mean, a ghost antlion. It's possible. It's possible. That explains everything. It does. It does. I'm back, baby. No gulag for me. Exactly. You guys are good. Anyone who's chiming in chat right now, listen, you need to chime in chat and you need to like the stream so that I know that you're here and you're not a bot. That way I can make sure that you don't get sent to the gulag, because the ninjas are already out. They're on their way. They're going to find you, and they will send you to the gulag. Have you considered that your room/house/apartment may be haunted? May I suggest burning some sage? I mean, we're haunted by mice. Trixie killed another mouse the other day, but believe me, if there's any ghosts here, there won't be for long, because I will personally beat the ectoplasm out of them, so it's all good. We do have sage, that's true. Smash that like button, gamers. Exactly. Ghost mice. I mean, it's possible. Trixie's killed 2 of them thus far. There could be ghost mice. Still better than one girl in college. Couldn't log on, turns out. She never hooked in the Ethernet cable to begin with. Oh, God. Yep. Yeah, having known people who worked in IT at our college, there was definitely a lot of instances of things like that. Ninjas are no match for my guard lich. Oh, shit. But see, it doesn't matter. They're not going to be coming for you anyway, because you're already here, Danielle. Now, there's a Pokemon idea, right? Do we have a ghost mouse, actually? I guess we don't, huh? You already have Azelstan. Trust me, he's good. Oh, I know. I can't wait. Saw a mouse in Walmart the other day. Ugh. I mean, it's on brand, but... Okay, next battle, done. Moving on to Barnisha. It's like nothing ever happened. Let's go. To the gates of Barnisha. Need to bake a cake and then shower. It's a very specific event. Yeah, but you don't have to bake a cake as well. I mean, it'd be cool. Drusilla's coming out. Let's go. Great, now my lich is sad, and I have to live with him. Well, whose fault is that? Maybe you shouldn't be cohabitating with the lich.
What business have the Amoricans here?
Whatever business I want. I'm a time traveler. Oh, we were using our army of the undead in this fight. I remember. Good lord. Have you ever just casually taken 2/3 of a golem's health off turn 1? Jeez. Shower cake is best cake? That would mean that you're like eating one of those like little scented things that's supposed to keep odors out of showers, and like, no, I'm good, thanks. Tom being anti-lich cohabitation. Who are you and what have you done with Titanium Necromancer main leg man? Well, okay, listen. If anyone here is going to be a lich, it's going to be me. And if I'm a lich, it's illegal for anyone else to be a lich. And I will also probably be a tyrant, so I can say the rules don't apply to me. I can cohabitate as a lich. No one else can cohabitate as a lich. That's the distinction here, Caffeine. So you would think that I didn't already have all this planned out, but I do, because I'm awesome. Go take your shower, darling. This is why we can't have nice things. Is your lich getting enrichment? Professionals recommend you debate the ethics of death at least 15 minutes a day to keep them healthy and happy. Oh, that's good. Hey, Papa Scripts, finally, lol, I made it. You made it just after my Ethernet cable fell out and we had to restart the stream, so you have perfect timing, Papa. As an occasional fan of shower booze, shower cake just sounds like an exercise in frustration. Caffeine. Caffeine, I've done some things in my life, but I've definitely never had shower booze. Please. Pathfinder character is going to turn into a lich soon. That reminds me, I actually owe you a lich, Danielle. I have to get another Ring of the Dead next time I foray into the palace. Tom secretly doesn't actually like the undead. He just really likes the smell. Oh, God. For actual non-joke context, I need to bake a cake for tomorrow's dinner. I need to do it now because my sibling needs to start working on the main course. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Fair enough. Say you have a problem without saying you have a problem. Look, cold drink in hot shower hits different. I mean, fair. That's a fair enough response. Unique experiences are something worth trying, but like... Took care of you already? Did I, Danielle? I'm casting my mind back, and now I'm... Did I? Are you sure? I'm gonna have to check after this fight, which should be over shortly. I could have sworn I still owed you a lich, but maybe my memory really just is that bad. Recruited a lich and we renamed him Perdita. That's right! Holy shit, I forgot about that. Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about, chat. My memory is atrocious. I completely forgot about that. Thank you, Danielle. I absolutely did not remember doing that, but you are correct. I do recall now. Gonna enjoy the stream for sure. I'm doing my third palace run. Haven't beat the game yet. It's fun. Oh, hell yeah, Papa. We've cleared our first run of the game. Getting Azelstan now, and then we're gonna be starting the wall route. If we have time tonight, we'll see. We do have to plow through 10 levels of the Pirate's Graveyard to get Azelstan. But, I mean, that shouldn't be too bad. We'll see. We'll see. I can see drinking in a hot tub or an onsen, but not a shower. Yes, I can absolutely see that. And I will be doing it whenever it is that Jane and I finally take our fabled Japan trip. Now I want to drink in a hot spring. Exactly. Morning, peeps. Morning, Navi. Welcome. If you like CRPGs, check out both Pathfinder games. Awesome, especially the second one. I will have to do that at some point. Easy, you got this. The main question at hand, and thank you for the vote of confidence, Papa, is do we get level synced? Or does the Pirate's Graveyard, like, sync to us? Because if it's lower level than us, then yes, we will absolutely just tear ass through it. But, like, I don't know if that'll be the case. So we're going to have to see. Want to go back to Japan again? I want to go at all, Canadian. In other news, garlic bread. Oh, garlic bread is good. Had some garlic bread the other night with bruschetta that we got as one of our appetizers for my birthday dinner. It was good stuff. I have some of the first edition Pathfinder books. Wanted to play a Gravewalker Witch. Oh, that sounds so sick, dude. I don't know anything about Pathfinder, so. Same level until boss. Oh, gotcha. What is the Legman playing tonight? We are playing some Tactics Ogre, Naomi. A little bit of a return to form. Working on getting the Dread Pirate Azelstan at the moment.
I did not expect them to find us here.
Never really been abroad. The most abroad I've been is Puerto Rico, but that's technically part of the U.S. Listen, fine. At least you've been outside of the tri-state area more than 4 times. Maybe. I mean, the farthest I've ever gone from the tri-state area is fucking Ohio. Well, actually, Florida's probably further. But still, I've been to Florida like 4 times. And I've been to Maine once, and I've been to Ohio once. And other than that, I've spent every waking moment of my existence in the tri-state area. At least you've been outside the continental U.S., damn it. Same time, we want to go to Japan for a while now, and Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That would be cool. Gotta start saving to travel, just wasn't a priority for a long time. Same, caffeine, same. The big Japan trip was gonna be like my first time ever going abroad. It was gonna be like my first big trip that I've ever funded myself. I was working, I had the time off, it was all scheduled. And then COVID happened. Kinda shot that plan in the foot. And knee, and back, and face, and everything.
Now yours is...
Best part of doing this for myself was the fact I could finally give Canopus the gun he always deserved. Oh, true facts. True facts. Quest for Diego. Indeed, Avery. In Ugh, Ohio. Come to Canada. I was supposed to come to Canada, too. And then COVID happened. It was going to be part of the same trip. Japan sounds dope, but I also want to see Scotland. Only other country I have any real knowledge of my ancestry in. That would be really cool. Yeah. I want to do Germany, again, because I have a lot of German heritage, and I want to do Ireland for the same reason. I mean, really, if I was going based off of heritage, I should be going to half of the major countries in the greater Eurasian continent, but... yeah, I mean, those two definitely I want to do. France, Iceland, Greenland... like Sweden, all sorts of stuff like that. But, you know, can't set my sights too high. Also, bye, Barbas.
I suppose I have a good excuse at least.
Accidentally murdered this man. Mardi Gras is fun, I gotta say. Oh, I believe it. Furthest I ever traveled to South America while working for a charity. They were happy to pay for me to visit most of the Southern American countries. Had some awesome work days in Colombia. Nice, Navi. That's very cool. Hey, Funky Thor is here. First thing I hear when I came in and then COVID happened. Rip. Yeah. I mean, if that just doesn't sum up 2019 to 2022, I don't know what does. Maybe if you got a real job, you'd be able to afford travel. To be clear, this is a joke. Being an entertainer is a real job. Well, thank you for the clarity, fine. I appreciate it, but it was unnecessary. I mean, before too much longer, I'll be making more doing YouTube than I was when I was working as a bank teller, which is what I was doing then, so... It'll take a while longer, and there'll have to be continued interest in my videos, but, like, we're getting close, definitely. Or closer, anyway. I mean, geez, I was making 12 bucks an hour, working 40 hours, I mean, okay. We're not quite reaching that point yet, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Lived in 3 states now, traveled through the states between them, but have never been out of the country, and I'd like to change that. You and me both, caffeine! Then we've got Jane over here, who's been to, like, all sorts of different countries. She's been traveling since she was a wee little thing. Okay, so I need to make sure that I don't kill Cashua here. Because I don't actually want to do the other events until we do them as part of the story, because it'll just be more fun that way. So, gotta go after Tartarus. Have been in the United States, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Illinois. Been through Ohio, Indiana, maybe Delaware?
I do not leave the field eagerly, but I admit
Yeah, I've pretty much just been PA, Jersey, New York. Traveled through, like, Kentucky and Vermont on the way to Maine. And then traveled through various places on the way to Ohio and flew over everything on the way to Florida, so I don't even count that. I was also planning a Japan trip. Oh god, chat jumped. I was also planning a Japan trip with a friend, and then COVID happened. Not friends with that person anymore either. No! These things happen, unfortunately. Sorry to hear that. Or, sorry to hear that, though, brother. And sorry that my inability to keep my tongue untangled butchered the sincerity of my statement. Another Scotsman. There's hope for the world. Hey, there you go. Outside of the country, I've been to Canada, England, Hong Kong. Technically may have passed through France. Fair, nice. Accidentally stepped in Barbus and have to scrape him off the bottom of your shoe. Oh, that is quite accurate to how that battle went, honestly. The way the normal soldiers faded after their commander left reminded me of Earthworld. I'm going to need some context for what Earthworld is. If I could describe 2019, it would be like this. Enjoy these final moments of peace, lol. Fair. Fair. Funny enough for me, like, long stretches of, like, the truly desperate times of COVID were some of the best for me. Like, I was living with Jane. I mean, I'm still living with Jane, but I moved in with Jane, started doing YouTube very seriously. Like, I had my, my unemployment from getting laid off by my job and successfully beating them in court to actually give me my unemployment money that they tried to deny me. It was pretty chill. Which is, of course, not to say that the rest of the world was doing chill at all, but, you know. For me, it was pretty nice. It's only gotten more stressful in the last year or so. That range, baby. Get him, Drusilla. Oof. Almost went to China right before COVID hit. Glad I didn't, or else I'd be stuck there throughout the pandemic. Oh, yeah. That would have been... Woo, Naomi. Jeez. How am I doing, by the way? Hey! Doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Not too shabby, all things considered. Been enjoying Fire Emblem. Enjoying getting back to some Tactics Ogre. Making some progress in this again. Feeling pretty okay. Not too bad. Hope you're doing well, Funky Thor. And if you're not doing well, I hope it gets better for you soon. Japan, Ireland, Germany, and France are all technically on my bucket list. I agree with all of those. And again, call me a fanboy, but like, Jane and I's favorite streamer, I talk about him far too much, really. It's kind of embarrassing. I just enjoy the man's content. It's very relaxing to watch. But, yeah, our favorite streamer, Elias, is Swedish. And he talks about Sweden a lot as a result. And it just sounds so nice. Like, I definitely want to go. Oh! Cressida one-shotting that man. Brutality. Holy. Remember when this fight was hard? Remember how hard this fight was? Holy crap, chat is moving. Now you get Lord class. Will I get Lord this time? No, 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 no. For the story gravitas reasons, we will be avoiding getting Lord right now. As much as it would be fun to use, it's not too much of a concern for me. Just came here to check in on the stream. Well, I appreciate it, Funky Thor. Absolutely. Appreciate you dropping by. One of my roommates studied abroad in India and a couple of other countries. She talks about it so casually, and I'm low-key envious sometimes. Oh, yeah. Listen, I've been low-key envious when Jane's been telling her stories of going to other countries with her family. From southern Texas originally, so Mexico, of course, then Brazil and Venezuela. Nice! Very cool. Sounds pretty awesome. Lived between California and Alabama most of my childhood. Now I'm in Idaho. Not sure if I want to stay long-term. That is a hell of a disparity, though, between Cali and Alabama. Like, jeez. I've just been in PA 95% of my life. Words are hard, man. Exactly, exactly. Glad you got what they owed you. Oh, yeah, that was a whole time. That was, like, true corporate debauchery, like, all the way down to them, like, in court, basically being like, well, you know, we thought that he had quit when he, like, stated that he would not come back to work when we wanted him to come back to work, even though it was still the middle of the pandemic. And they told me that I'd be furloughed until 3 months after they decided they wanted me to come back to work. Which they seemed to forget about, because they started sweating when I brought that up in an email. Or when I brought that up and showed the email where they said I'd be furloughed. To which the judge said, I'm sorry, just for the record. Like, and this is the only time the man seemed to lose his composure at all, and, like, the person underneath came through instead of just the judge persona. He goes, I'm sorry, I just want to confirm. You assumed that he quit? And, They really started getting hot under the collar when that happened, let me tell you. That's when I knew that I was winning. Having your videos to watch during COVID was a good comfort during that time. That's what a lot of people have said. I know Caffeine has talked about that a lot as well, and I'm glad. Like, I started talking about it with the Hollow Knight playthrough, which kind of is funny, seeing as how Hollow Knight is what became, for a long time, the biggest thing on the channel. And I wanted that, because I was consuming content to enjoy and just relax for the same reasons. So if I could give back and give some people a place to hang out and stuff to watch to forget the world for a while, I was happy to do that. I was working a job I had to bus home from for most of 2020, so I'd watch your vids on the bus on the way home, then while I did homework before I dropped out. Lol. Oh, well, see, there you go. Exactly what I'm talking about. Also, I didn't realize that you dropped out, Caffeine. I had no idea. Or if you told me before, my viciously terrible memory, once again, does me ill. Weird parasocial relationships happened during the COVID break. True. All right, Tartarus. Time to sit down, brother. Been avoiding Fireman Engage content, helpful or otherwise, until I get my hands on it for myself. I mean, that's fair, Fluff enough. That is absolutely fair. I hope once you decide to pick it up that my videos and the videos everyone else has been doing are helpful for you. If you decide to watch them at all and don't just want to go in completely blind, which I would respect as well. I know watching streams became my main form of social interaction outside virtual TTRPGs for a while. I think that was the case for a lot of people. A lot of streamers saw a big boom in interaction because of that. It's a series about a player getting stuck in a game world with all sorts of game mechanic stuff that are just the laws of nature to those living in it. Oh, so it's an isekai. Gotcha. 18 countries under your belt, Wedge. Nice! That's awesome. One of the things it makes mention of at some point is what it's like for a no-name spearman when their commander surrenders. Very interesting. Nice. Just now I bought FE Engage, though I'm going to hold off on that. Had to get through the other games. Just started Awakening. Pretty fun so far, but I forgot how goofy the models look. The 3DS ones, I mean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of those 3DS models have not aged the best. But I hope you have fun with Awakening nonetheless.
You shouldn't lurk in doorways.
Okay, so this is where we have to make important decisions.
What brother would abandon his sister as you did?
I'm trying to remember. Because again, I want the story to unfold naturally in the other routes. So I don't want to do anything different from what we did previously. Because if I hadn't screwed up, we wouldn't even be seeing this again right now. So if I'm remembering correctly, to do the princess route, we have to say I never abandoned you? Right? Always, always, always get that kind of shit in writing. They sent me the email. It was super easy. Drusilla looks awesome. Their head looks like the ornament for Assassin's Cowl from Destiny 2. Oh, that's true. You know what they say about assumptions? They're not legally binding. Exactly. Hollow Knight good. Can't wait to continue. I'm glad you're enjoying it fine. Might have mentioned it a couple times. Didn't initially intend to drop out. Just take a break during the worst of the lockdown since I had mostly studio classes and classroom XP left. Then I started making enough to actually live on and realized I liked cooking more than doing art professionally or teaching, so here I am. That's life, Caffeine. That is absolutely just life. I had fun with this, playing this game blind. I was like, nah, sis, forget you. You bailed on the team, Lamau. It's been fun, though. Been fun, though dumb story. Owner of the Awakening copy had the voices in Japanese, so the intro cutscene left me confused. I thought my copy was busted, lol. Haha, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, I'm just looking this up really quick to make sure we don't do anything untoward here. Looking up princess. Okay. Okay, I did only what I had to do. That's it.
Another lie.
Okay. Then it's, you are my sister and I love you. There we go. Now we're good. Got it.
Barbus, I cannot say I'm pleased to see you.
There we go. Okay. So now Barnisha Castle is done and dusted, and we have not changed anything. So now we have to go back to Port Omish to fight another battle, and we're going to do just that. This is where things are going to be what we have never seen before. So buckle up, Buttercup. Should get interesting. Until I get sucked into this where Cachua does her whole, I'm the queen now. That's nice, Cachua. We're going to Port Omish. Alright, all of that because we missed that one damn cutscene. Ta-da! It's happening! Archer in the battle party, win with a Kunoichi or Ninja in the battle party, and perform an action to restore an ally's HP. And we're level synced because we haven't actually done this fight before. Okay, cool. So, we're going to have to actually take this fight semi-seriously because we're not going to out-level the enemy anymore. Oh, and we're on the other side of the map now. Interesting. Okay. So, of course, there's Azelstan. He has all of his buff cards still. Same gear that he had before. And we just have a whole bunch of dudes and a Hydra. Okay. Mission objective is vanquish the enemy. Okay. So, if we're taking this semi-seriously and we're rushing to save Azelstan, then we need to change up some of what we have going on here. We still only need one White Knight. Like, our characters are still very strong, so I'm not too worried. But I do want to drop some of our magic damage dealers and grab healers. We can grab Gamp, since we can give him Lobber and healing items. Okay. Then why not bring Kashua and right. We scooped up Perdita and Skivenkanda. And then of course we have Ioria as well, who we will actually bring with us. Then Canopus for sure. I think we'll grab Harvey as well. I'll actually give Harvey a little bit of healing magic, too. Oh, wait, no, he can't use it. Right. That's fine. And then, finally, we need our ninjas, because why not?
You best start talking, old man. Tell us something we can use. I can make your past disappear.
Don't you have a better offer than that? Town like this, a man's entitled to his past. A word of advice. Go home. And no point taking me. I'm not talking.
You got quite a tongue for an old seaman. Or maybe you're just a washed-up pirate, eh? We're taking this one with us.
Resistance forces spotted!
What? What are they doing out here? Unless they're after what we're after. Keep this one under close watch.
Read the report. Oh, God. Was there a report that I had to read first, German? Shouldn't need to, right? Didn't see anything about that. Anyways, gonna head out now. Enjoy the stream. See you later, Funky Thor. Thank you for dropping by, my friend. Always good to have you. So while we're here, let me talk about Ioria really quick, because this is one of the guides that I'm in the process of working on. Ioria is freaking ridiculous, man. So her instrument comes with this effect, an indirect song spell that grants spellcraft to multiple nearby allies and restores a small amount of their MP. Now, if you've been paying attention, you know how important MP is in Tactics Ogre Reborn, and look at the area this hits. It's insanity. Everyone's going to get spellcraft, so all of our spellcasters are going to be dealing more damage, and everyone's going to get MP, so they're either casting spells faster, using finishers earlier. It's just redonkulous. And, like, that's not a small amount of MP. We're getting, like, 16 to 24. Holy. Forgot how good the graphics look, and it's cool to see so many different units that I've never seen before. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This game is awesome, man. Berdar or Abdo with healing items will reach Diego fast enough. True. I'm confident that we'll be able to get to him without too much problem, though. Also, this new music, by the way. Okay, yeah, we're still dealing good damage because we've got all that relic gear. Problem is she won't use her songs in AI battles. Yeah, I was noticing that. Kind of annoying. Kind of a wee bit annoying. Poor Ricky being the why not of the forest. You know, yeah.
What are you doing here, boy? There's no guff in saving me.
This might come as a surprise. I don't let profit dictate all I do.
Good luck with that. So you're saving me from death. Why?
I know at least one person who'd be sad to see you go.
Ha! I thought your breed of fool long gone from the world. Sooner or later, those who put their necks on the block for others get the blade. But Do as you like, boy.
I like how he sounds like breathless and agitated, like he's in the middle of a battle right now. Very cool. Mana battery, bard time, indeed. Money, less important than hot pirates. Lightning bow, because my weapon says I can, why not? Ooh, El Coloss wins. Very nice. The parry, okay. We're coming, Azelstan, hold on! I'm not gonna burn the mana for Starfall here, we're fine. He also has apostate up, so like he's doing okay. 9 whole damage from Ricky, baby. Let's go. Fortunately, we only have the one Hydra to deal with, so it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Cake, get. Nice, fine. Very good, very good. He did all he could. Now, he'll do much better against the squishy targets. Look at how fast we're going, though. Again, level synced we may be, but it's still not that bad. Well, I mean, if everyone wants some extra mana, who am I to deny them, right? She gets 5 of those for free from her weapon, by the way. Absolute lunacy. Cannot believe they've allowed this malarkey. I love it. Oh no, a single heal 3. However, will we survive? Oh, they've got no idea. They're doing their best, I'll give them that, but like, whew. It's always lunacy and never solacy. Fair. Maybe Soul needs to do better. Have an effect, a reaction to an event named after it. Okay. Ricky with the potential casts here. Eldred, become my friend. Yes. Can't do much up here, can ya, Denim? Alright, that's fine. Just save for your finisher, buddy. Remember, the objective is to annihilate all enemies, so wherever we can spread damage around, better. Get that fighter off our case. I was gonna say thanks for the free damage, buddy, but he unfortunately had a parry in mind. Evade! Rending Gale! Damn, Diego, alright. I'll take it. So y'all were talking about story-based stuff before. This is specifically going back to the people not really being huge fans of strategy RPGs, but they'll hang out for the community and story and all that type of stuff. Who here, of anybody, would be interested in hanging out while I play FF14? Any takers on that one? Because it's a game that I've been wanting to get back to for a long, long time. I absolutely adore it, but I can't justify trying to fit it into the schedule, and frankly, paying for a sub when I can find the time to play it maybe once a week. Maybe. And that's, I mean, that's a big maybe. But I desperately want to play more of it, because I've never even gotten out of A Realm Reborn, and I love every second of it. And there's a lot of story to be had. Like, the whole main story quest, that's what it is, it's story. So when we have some downtime, when there's not a lot of other stuff going on that I'm trying to cover, how would y'all feel about some streams of that? Would that be of interest? I wouldn't be starting fresh, God no. But I mean, the game is pretty decent about, like, keeping you up to date with what you need to know. So. Deal, probably. I'm game for FF14. Probably not me, something I'd like to play for myself someday. Fair enough. Really into raiding in 14? Maybe you could pull me into a raid someday then, Bobby. Putting you onto something new. Fair, fair. Down to watch that. Never seen FF14. If nothing else, it'd still be a chance to hang and discuss things. Well, that's kind of the idea, right? Like, an MMO like that, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to just sit and chat, you know? While I'm killing mobs, doing a quest, whatever. But there's a lot of, like, voiced cutscenes, big, like, dramatic events, things like that. So, if anything, it seems like it would be something that would be a good opportunity to hang out and just play a game and chat and react to stuff going on, you know? If only to hang out, maybe, but I guess this is the end of Genshin streams. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, sir. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Genshin is definitely something that is going to begin happening once again. That's one of the things I want to get back to alongside Cult of the Lamb and Outer Wilds and all that type of stuff. FF14 is actually something I had just been thinking about for a long time. I was actually considering putting it up on stream well over a year ago when I was playing it just on my own time. But I just figured now seems like a decent time to bring it up, since people were talking about other things that they prefer to see on the channel, stuff like that. You must play as a Lalafell? Oh, absolutely not. I am a beautiful Viera, and no one will stop me from doing that. Isn't 14 free till level 60 or something like that? Yes. Now, when I first started playing it, like at the start of the pandemic, that was not the case. They changed that after I started playing. So I got up to the free cap and then bought a sub, and now because I bought a sub, I can no longer continue playing for free. So I'd have to start a new account, which again, I've gone through way too much of the main story quest to do that. You like FF14 but got locked out of your account. Ah, that's unfortunate, Thor. Caught up on the new Genshin event today. Would love to see you go back to it. There's a lot of good stuff. Oh, I believe it. I want to see Sumeru. Sumeru sounds so cool. I just haven't had the time. These releases just back to back to back of big games that I want to play have been wild. He's got like the entirety of the Sumeru chapter to do. The entirety of the country. I haven't explored it. What I've explored of Sumeru is what you guys saw me explore that one day. That's it. And thus, my dinner is complete. Delicious Fluffernuff. I know you mentioned garlic bread. What else you having? Recently completed Inazuma, but I am upset I missed Nahida's banner. Yeah, I remember you were talking about that, Navi. It'll come back around. The Archons always do pretty frequently. They're big money makers, so. Hello, says Kevin Buffalo. Hello, Kevin Buffalo. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Hope you're doing well tonight. Or today, or whatever it is where you're at. We're bringing him down pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. Orion, if you want to do what you do best and go slay a dragon, that would be just dandy. It is done. WoW killed my MMO itch, so never tried 14, plus I was a poor soul who tried FF11. Ah, that's fair. From everything I've heard about it, yeah. That's a fair reaction to have. I've never been a big MMO person. I've enjoyed WoW Classic here and there. I actually was playing in the release of Wrath of the Lich King Classic, because that was like the one WoW expansion I always regretted not experiencing when I was a kid, because it was like all the content that stemmed off of Warcraft 3, which I adored when I was younger. So I need to go back to that at some point, play more of that while Wrath Classic is still relevant. But yeah, FF14 is a ton of fun, and I would say personally, definitely outclasses WoW. The big reason that I even decided to try Wrath of the Lich King Classic was because all my friends who play WoW are going to be playing it. So. Garlic bread, baked potatoes, and a deli chicken. Nice. Good stuff, dude. That is how you do it. I hope you enjoy, brother. Day releases sometime in the next 3 weeks. Oh boy, oh boy. Once again, I've been mostly managing. I think I've missed a day, but I need to log on to get the daily primos and stuff. So if anyone wants to ping me in the Discord after the stream and remind me, that would be just dandy. Though some people are already complaining about her lack of interaction with Jingchu and Yellen. I can't even pretend to know why they would have interaction and why people would be upset about them not having interaction. I know nothing about Daya, other than that she has an awesome design. Genshin burns people out too fast. Back to the game once every nation is available. Fair. Fair. It's not even that I was burned out. I just didn't have time. Like, I was enjoying playing it, but then just so much other stuff came out that I wanted to cover on the channel. I haven't had the chance to go back to it. And I feel bad playing it off camera because, like, there's a bunch of folks in chat who like watching me play it. Spent 7 years on FF14. The last 10 to 12 months I've been really on and off with it because my raid group imploded and I ended up being the scapegoat for everything. Oh, geez, fluff enough. Yeah, social stuff like that with MMOs was one of the things that kind of always turned me off of them originally, because I was like, I could go play any other game with a similar gameplay experience and not have to deal with people being weird nerds on the internet, or at least deal with it less. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe if it was something that got popular in this community, we could get a small raid team together. That'd be cool. Not to put anyone on the spot or anything, but I think that'd just be fun. Archer stopped and asleep. The deep sleep. We call that a coma in these parts. Missed a bunch of free wishes last week. No, Canada! The FOMO! How will you survive? Nah, I feel you, brother. I've missed all sorts of stuff, but like, whatever. I'm not susceptible to FOMO. Your lock is long gone from WoW, but who knows? I mean, hey, try FF14. Like people were saying, it's free up to level 60 with the first two, well, the base game and the first expansion being free. So, like, try it out sometime. I really enjoy it. FF14 was the first MMO that I actually enjoyed. And then after I found that I enjoyed FF14, I tried WoW Classic at the behest of my friends. So... if only we could refract ourselves, pinch off a glimmer, and permit it to play that which we wish we could play. Yeah, if only we were all Dr. Manhattan, right? Just can't do MMOs anymore, at least not until I have a lot more free time. Yeah, you used to be a big proponent of ESO, right? And that's still going strong, isn't it? But I remember, you haven't really talked about it in a while, Caffeine. Hi, darling. Jane has returned from her shower. Not killing myself over missing Genshin stuff. If there's something else I want to play like Engage, it's good to take a break. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If not MMO, why not MSO? Massively single player online? How would that work? or massively single player offline, I guess. Wouldn't that just be like The Witcher or Fable? Which are both also games that I want to play. But again, who has the time? Never enjoyed an MMO, so I don't know if I'll like 14. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not for everybody. Back when I suggested we try it during the pandemic, most of my friends who are big WoW fans played it for a while and enjoyed it, but then started to bounce off of it because of various things that just weren't WoW-like, that they liked, or, like, varied too much from WoW. And then our one friend, Dante, who I've mentioned before, who doesn't like MMOs at all, couldn't stand the game. Which shouldn't be too surprising.
I'll live. I just as soon not owed you that, though. And don't call me Captain.
We did it! We saved the man! Do you have to finish 100 floor POTD again in Law Route? No. You can go into the Palace of the Dead and do whatever you want on any route, but like, as long as you've beaten the final boss on floor 100 in one of the base routes, then you're fine. Because then in Coda, that's when you'll go to floor 115 and have different bosses on 100 and all that type of good stuff. So do it for the experience of doing it in one of the routes. Beyond that, you're good. Haven't finished or touched ESO since before the most recent expansion. Just don't have the time/energy to sink into it. Yeah, fair. Absolutely. And again, I mean, that's me. I don't have time to play FF14 right now. New Destiny expansion's around the corner. Like,
Thank you for your help back there.
But if it was something I was doing on the channel, that would be a different story. Massive single player offline is Xenoblade, I guess. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Massively single player online was for a game where canonically you never see any other people because they're always a sub-layer away. Kind of sounds .hackish. Or like, in a way, the Souls games, if you took out like the actual direct player interaction. Speaking of MMOs, what do you think about Grand Blue Fantasy Relink coming soon? I know zero about Grand Blue, so I cannot say one way or the other.
I don't think that got you any closer to the pirate's graveyard. Best be running back to your friends, boy. Rough seas tonight.
This is a tough oyster
You
to
get
crack,
along
this
before
one.
the storm rolls in. Go home, or whatever it is you call it. Hey, now.
Oh, shit! Holy shit, I was not prepared for that. Whoa! Whoa!
That'll show him not to cross the Bakram.
Smarts, don't it? Don't worry. The pain won't last. Don't you be afraid. You're gonna see your mama real soon. They say history's got a way of repeating itself. That's the second little girl I've lost to war. Thought things would be different on land. You got an explanation for this, boy? You know what killed this little girl? Couldn't even speak if she saw something. Why'd she have to die?
Lives taken without reason. That's the world we live in. You know that as well as I.
All I know is stealing and killing. I'd shed a tear for the girl if I weren't guilty of worse myself.
Azelstan.
Don't you call me that.
Then you decide who you are. Or you'll be stuck here, waiting for another bolt through your own back. As for me, I'm going to do what I can to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Damn. Wow. They went there. I mean, yeah. Ogre Saga was always a grimdark story. Oh, true. Oh, true. Believe me, I'm well aware of that. I just, again, this is new to me, so I was not prepared. My shields were not up. Wow. I miss Fire Emblem story now, says Thorfinir. Yeah. Yeah, we're in a very different world here, for sure. For sure. I wish Fire Emblem had more stuff like this, honestly, but that's why I love Three Houses so much. This is the opposite of the Salty Harlot moment. Yes. Yes, it is. Whew. Wow. The sprite animations, I know. Gatekeeper in the Underworld. So it says here that you shot a little girl before you died from injuries suffered at the hands of a pirate. In my defense, fuck that little girl. Like, the fucking, oh my god, the spite in that random Bakram soldier. Like, why the kid? Oh my god. Jesus. Wow, indeed, seriously. Can we bring back the cute girls? I mean, no, I don't think so. Not until we finish this side quest at the very least. Alright, what do we got here? Anything we need to read? Ramson Wreck raised, ancient temples. Yeah, we've seen all that stuff. Okay. So now we should just need to go to the pirates' graveyard and descend all the way to the bottom. Go to the Crystal Halls area. That's what we need to do. And that's what we're going to do. Right now. That was wild. I was really not ready for that. I've not had that spoiled for me in the years since Let Us Cling Together came out. Just 4 or 5? Oh, really? Well, okay. I mean, that'll certainly make things easier. Probably just gonna auto battle this. Keep things moving. Live fast, die young, leave a beautiful corpse. I guess so. I guess so. I actually really like how Azelstan actually lashes out at Denim despite having little to nothing to actually do with what happened. And being the objectively upstanding dude there really sets in his actual grief. Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. That's all of the writing in this game, though. Like, characters behaving in very realistic ways. It's very nice. Need to reach the bottom if you want the reputation boost of the chest event. Huh. Can you get a little bit more into detail about that, German? I'm not actually familiar. So is there actual treasure down there that we can get to? Because if so, we'll go all the way. Time has flown and I've got to sleep. That's fair, Caffeine. That's fair. I'm glad you were able to be here for the traumatic event. A lot of Denim does wrong and messes up. That trip to Port Omish was something well and truly detached from him in that specific instance. Yes! Yes, absolutely. If you reject the treasure, you boost all the factions. Ah, boo. That's boring. Good night, all. Thank you for the stream, Tom. Absolutely. Thank you, as always, for coming and hanging out, Caffeine. Always a pleasure having you. I hope you sleep well and that your day goes well tomorrow. The chest event. That sounds like something someone could make into something big. Oh, yes. Going to bed, darling? Okay. Everyone say goodnight to Jane. She's going to bed. I'll probably be streaming for at least another hour. So, I will come in and check on you, of course. Okay. And I will get some breakfast stuff set up for you for the morning. So, sound like a plan? Okay. No problem. What's up? Good night, darling. There they go. All the good nights rolling in. I appreciate y'all always saying good night to Jane. We've got Canadia, Segno, Sean, Kwong Bay, Dion, Mr. Strife, all saying good night. Sleep well, darling. I'll check on you in a bit. Basically, just shows up for the heck of it. Tries to talk to Diego again. Shows up in the middle of a fight Diego had already started. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, all Lotus and Zenobia included. Oh yes. I mean, the thing with that is it really only matters if you're trying to get a specific ending, right? And I'll probably worry about doing that for our final round before we go and finish the last Coda content. So I'm not too worried about it right now. You know, while our units are clearing this fight really quick, I am going to take a short break and use the bathroom. When I get back, you guys will have to let me know if anything untoward happens that I have to repair. But we should be good. So I'll be right back, and we'll continue here. I'll just leave it run. I don't even put the BRB up because stuff is on. So be right back. Well, I get back and I see that the battle has ended. That was fast. Honestly, faster than I expected. Anything go down? Fingers crossed, so much damage seems good. Okay. I'm guessing nobody died then. Yeah, we had 8 units in that fight. We're good. Cool. Sounds good to me. Ooh, learning skills there with Olivia. Could that be one of the other reasons that shamans are so busted in this game? Nature's Touch. There it is. There it is. Add bonus damage to next elemental spellcast. Just straight up. Oh boy, what a time. Nobody even fell over. Nice. Nice. Well, let's do it again. Only actual challenge I have now is San Bronza or Palace of the Dead after floor 100. Oh boy. Well, diddly dang do. I like the sound of that. I can't wait to get to San Bronza, man. I can't wait to get to San Bronza. Gonna be so much fun. So here's another question for you guys, following off of the FF14 question, which seems like a largely positive reception in terms of the stream audience. You know, we'd have to try it and see what people's reaction was, but I do know people love FF14. What other stuff would people like to see? There's a lot of stuff I need to get back to, like I mentioned, Jane and I's... Ooh, there goes Nature's Touch. Or no, that's, different ability. Anyway. Things like Outer Wilds, Cult of the Lamb, Genshin, other things like that. I'd love to do more Titanium Trials, things like that. What other types of stuff? I want to get back to Metroid Prime. I want to do Prime 2 and 3. That's definitely something that's still going to be happening, although I might do streams of it. It seems like the days of the traditional numbered episodic Let's Play are very much dying right now, which is a damn shame. But streams of that could be a lot of fun. I could very much enjoy that. I also wouldn't mind going to other strategy RPGs. Again, I know there's people who are not interested in seeing more strategy RPGs in terms of the gameplay, but there is stuff that I definitely want to revisit. Fire Emblem Fridays, absolutely continuing with Jane and everything. I want to have all the Fire Emblems on the channel. That is a personal goal of mine to achieve at some point. But then other stuff, like I'd love to do Final Fantasy Tactics Advance and A2 at some point. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Obviously, there's a lot of games the community has suggested that I would like to see, personal favorites from y'all that I would like to get into. Xenoblade is one that I would absolutely like to do as well. That's been mentioned a lot. I want to get back to doing Dragon Quest XI, various Final Fantasies, other RPG type stuff like that. But what other stuff? What other stuff? What type of things do you guys have in mind? No more Let's Plays. It's not necessarily something that's off the table. Like, it's not something that I'm saying I want to do away with, but it's like, if you look at trends and metrics and stuff, people who are doing Let's Plays are getting slaughtered right now. I mean, look at me. I was doing Let's Plays, and I would say good Let's Plays, and a lot of you guys would say good Let's Plays for a couple of years, and they were doing better and better and better, and then it dropped off a cliff. It just died, and I wasn't doing anything different. Like my Metroid Prime Let's Play did very poorly, even just in terms of my metrics, for no apparent reason. But everyone's getting killed right now in the episodic Let's Play space. Like, you look at people, I know Caffeine in the audience is familiar with the creator Christopher Odd. he's one that I watch a lot. And a lot of his Let's Plays have done very, very well. We're talking millions of views. He puts stuff out right now, even like dedicated projects. And he's lucky to get like 5,000 to 7,000 views on an episode now. It's a stark difference from a few years ago. And it seems like there's a big algorithmic reason for that. It's just not the type of thing that's being recommended as much anymore. He blindfolded Dark Souls. Yeah, Canadian wanted to do that. Lunatic Conquest. I do want to do that. That would be a lot of fun, for sure. So many games, seriously. Suikoden, oh, for sure, Sean. Yeah. Yeah, when the Suikoden 1 and 2 remakes come out, I would be very interested in doing streams of that, if it's something that people would like to watch. Because that's the type of thing that I will absolutely just play for myself to enjoy. But if people would enjoy watching it, then I would also be totally down to do it on stream. Because Suikoden's one of those games that I wish more people knew. FFT, War of the Lions, with GBA ones. So, definitely FFT. Like I said, I'd love to do Advance in A2. I truly do think... Hey, more levels. I truly do think, though, that we're going to see an FFT remake within the next year, I would say. For sure. I really think it's happening. The fact that Tactics Ogre has done so well is going to have Square's eyes open. Make no mistake. Okay. All 3 shamans now have Nature's Touch. Let's continue on. Crystal Halls. Put the game up for a vote. Oh, that's definitely something we could do, Navi, for sure. Absolutely. I'm just kind of getting a general idea right now. Oh, level sync is on. Oh. Did we do it? Are we here? Oh, we are. There he is. Let's go. Very nice. Okay, cool. We'll turn AI off and we'll take this a bit more seriously. Yeah, I'm just getting a general feel right now for what people would like to see, you know? Do, 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 do. Be-do-do-do. That'll work. Anytime you want to start Xenoblade Chronicles on Switch, I said I'd buy you a copy. I know, you bring it up every time, and I will absolutely take you up on it. Don't you worry, I've not forgotten.
There's no end to the creatures in here. It's going to be tough. Speak of the devil.
There he is! Let's go!
Azelstan!
You're headed into the graveyard deeps, aren't you? Best clear a path first.
And just like that, the man is with us. Let's fucking go. Because there's too many people playing the same games. That could be it, Baka. But I think it's beyond that. Because it's just, like, Let's Play channels in general, even playing, like, older stuff that you usually would do very well, are suffering. And maybe it is just an oversaturation of the market, but I definitely think it's not something that's getting recommended. Because I never see Let's Play stuff come up in my, like, suggested anymore. I never see it, ever. And that has a big part to play in things. It really does. Probably not any kind of puzzle games. Puzzles are far better for edited episodic stuff. Not staring at the same grid for an hour with a bunch of people that could spoil it. True. True. Speaking of doing all the Fire Emblems, Awakening of the 3 Fates titles and Echoes are all on the 3DS, which the eShop is shutting down next month. If y'all want your FEs, now's really the time. Fortunately, I have them all already. Shame that YouTube can just decide that it's going to sync things. Yep. Stories alone, I agree, Sean. Suikoden is cool. Kwangbei knows! Let's go! Star bought Suikoden 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Did a grave sin and sold 2 when I was into card games to get a box of one of the current sets. Oh. Oh, the pain. Oh, Star. Oh, no. Vandal Hearts, I hope one day. Oh, that'd be cool. If you want to experience the oddities that are Saga 1 through 3, there's the port. Okay, interesting. There's a lot of JRPGs out there that I want to experience. Would like a prequel for the Lion Wars with Sid and Ramza's father. Oh, yeah. That would be tight, dude. To show us the 100 Years' War and everything. Whew. Re-suggestions. What could I put here that wouldn't just be games I'd recommend anyways? I mean, you can recommend things anyways. I'm just kind of getting a read for the overall vibe of people who are here in chat right now. Iconoclast could be done in a week of streams, I think. I want to do it. You know, multiple people have recommended it. It's just a matter of finding the time, but I think it'd be fun. Still recommend One Shot. Can easily recommend Kirby and the Forgotten Land, etc. I would like to play more Kirby. Yes. Yes. Sorry, I hope I'm not being obnoxious with the Xenoblade thing. Maybe I'll stop recommending it. Shush! Shush, you. You're fine. Stop apologizing. I'm just saying, don't you worry. I am not above taking advantage of my friend's generosity to buy me a video game. That's all I'm saying, brother. I am well aware that you are willing to pick up the game for me, and I will take you up on that. I just don't want you to spend your money until I know that I'll have the chance to actually play the damn thing. Did I just see one of your dragons is named Parthenax? Yes, sir, it is. That was, as with many of our characters, a chat recommendation, and I'm very happy with it. Really, I see Let's Plays a lot. Do you? Yeah, I've not been coming across them, which is a shame, because I do watch them. But they have not been coming up for me. Partly blame VTubers for the Let's Play's death. That's an interesting idea, huh? That isn't an angle I'd thought of, but yeah, I mean, they do a lot of gaming content in stream format, so that's possible. Probably gonna have to rebuy SOV because your cart died. Oh, see, I had SOV, or I have SOV digital. So no worries there. I gave a friend my physical copy of Awakening, so I bought myself a digital copy. I have the physical copy of the special edition of Fates, and then I have the digital copy of Shadows of Valencia. Seen something about the algorithm not liking numbers for episodes, because who's going to start with episode 2 in a series? Yes! Yes, that is absolutely a thing. That's why you'll see a lot of the big, like, Let's Play channels out there that still do that type of content, like your Markipliers, your Jacksepticeyes, your Game Grumps, stuff like that, have either stopped doing numbered Let's Plays altogether, or they don't have the number anywhere in the title. It's annoying, but it's just what the algorithm does.
Enough time for flapping lips later. We've got bigger fish to fry.
I love this man.
You hated war. That's why you abandoned your ship, threw away your sword. What made you change your mind?
I said later. Keep your eyes on the enemy. Let your gaze wander, and your life will be a short one.
You think recruiting denim is not that hard, says Hien. It's really not anymore. It was way, 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 way worse when you had to do, like, what was it, 3 or 5 of every dragon orb and then 30 glass pumpkins. Like, oh my god. It's way better now, for sure. Saga 1 through 3 are really fast, but oh boy, are they classic JRPG mentality. Yeah, but see, that's the type of thing that doesn't scare me. You know? I still play classic JRPGs. It doesn't bother me. I totally get people who'd be turned off by it, though. Recommend Brigandine for a new breed of tactical RPG. That is one that I have on my Steam wishlist, actually. After the last stream, people were reminding me that I needed to check it out. It does look cool. It does look cool. That is definitely one I would be interested in checking out at some point in the future. Replace some of your casters with patriarchs / matriarchs for law. You'll be glad you did. Oh yes. Yeah, our lizard folk and our lamia are definitely going to be seeing some use in the coming route. That's going to be fun. Occasional group play like your birthday, not all the time, but every once in a while. Oh yes. Yeah, that's definitely something we'll be doing. When we do the 5K celebration, not... what would it be? Not this weekend, but next weekend. Weekend of the 11th to the 12th, or the 10th to the 12th, really. That's when we're doing the weekend celebration. Or, the weekend celebration, listen to me, I'm getting tired. The 5K celebration that I've been talking about for so long. It's finally happening, because God knows I gotta do it before we hit 10K, or it'll just be weird. That is when we'll be doing that. I'm probably going to be doing it as 2 12-hour live streams. I know the original promise was a 24-hour live stream, but I'm really, really trying to take better care of my health and my sleep schedule, and I don't want to mess that up right now. So I will owe you guys a proper 24-hour live stream. That is one that you can hold me to. But for now, while I'm working on getting my health in order, I think it's probably smart to split it into a 2 12-hour live stream scenario. But we will definitely be doing community stuff then. Mario Kart, like Super Smash, Mario Party, like Fall Guys, Among Us, whatever people want to play that we can play as a community. I'll be totally down to host. Yo, Tom in chat. Hey, Hellsark. What's up, my friend? Always good to see you. I'm so behind on chat. All right, I'm going to catch up quick. If you were to play Kirby, I could fill you in on everything from Dark Matter being the source of the copy ability to Krakow being far more relevant than it deserves. I mean, I trust that you could. I don't understand any of that, but... Do we also have Alduin? We do not, Mr. Strife. No one named a dragon Alduin, unfortunately. Since you aren't a VTuber, you are definitely losing out on that front. Yeah, you know, is what it is. Started Let's Playing too late to, or started doing YouTube really, too late to easily jump in before the VTubers took over, but too early to really be able to easily afford and establish myself as a VTuber. What's a VTuber? Oh boy. How do we explain this? Typically, girls, not always, but typically, who have a like 2D, 3D avatar that they have on stream instead of themselves. Very anime inspired, typically like super over-designed, semi-scantily clad. Very big personality, loud, look at me, I'm a living anime character type performance. Who is one? Let me look this up. The one that I know of the best that Jane and I like, not that we've even watched that much of her content, is Fruit. F-R-O-O-T, one of the V-Shoujo girls. Regrettably, many VTubers display anime's disgrace and try to appeal to those who thirst for the grail. Yes, you know, horny. Wonder what the Dark Souls equivalent of a strategy RTS would be like? Oh boy. That's a good question, actually. I mean, it would definitely be something with permadeath, for sure. So in a lot of ways, old school Fire Emblem, you could say, would be kind of like it, but it would have to have a way darker tone, for sure. Final Fantasy VI, Legend of Dragoon, Lunar Sailor Star Story, and Lunar Eternal Blue. FF6 is definitely on the to-play list, 100%. That is one that has gone criminally unplayed, much like Chrono Trigger. So that is definitely on the list of things to do on the channel. Legend of Dragoon is one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. And even though I still, to this day, have not actually finished it, which is a huge disgrace on my part. Most recent playthrough I was doing was like all of a year ago, and I was going great with it. I was playing it on my PSP until I kind of busted my PSP, and now it's being repaired by a community member, Blinded by Light, which is nice. That one could be fun. That one could be fun. I don't know if people would be interested in really seeing it, but I would love to do it on stream. That'd be so cool. And then I'm not familiar with the Lunar games. If you want wizardry-style exploration, there's the Etrian Odyssey series. Oh. I played one of the Etrian Odyssey games for a little while on the 3DS. A buddy got it for me for Christmas. It was super interesting. I wasn't as into the self-dungeon mapping mechanic then as I probably would be now. I was a little bit more impatient back then, but it was really interesting. I'd like to revisit the games. Never liked 24-hour streams because it's absolutely brutal for the streamer, and Lord knows I can't watch that in a sitting. Yeah, right? Like, that's kind of the idea. It was something that sounds really fun, and it's still something that I want to do at some point, but it definitely does sound brutal, and, like, I can stay up for 24 hours, don't get me wrong. I've done it plenty of times, but, like, when my own bullet journal, the theme of this season is Season of Health, it just seems unwise to do that in my Season of Health, you know? If you ever recruit another dragon, preferably Dark Dragon, then name him Alduin for sure. Yeah, I'll try and remember to do that. Basically, Allier except skimpier is what Tom is saying. Try, like, 3/4 of the Engage cast, but skimpier. Like, again, remember, the primary character designer and artist of Engage does VTuber commissions. Like, that's one of her primary sources of income. That should tell you all you need to know. Or they're rather normally dressed but have other personality quirks like being a conspiracy theorist. True. In Tactics Ogre, there's some same type of attack bonus, like 10% damage or something. Correct. Correct, there is. Indeed, indeed, my friend. Lunar Silver Star Story Complete is fantastic and really short. I have never heard of these before, and that's not an everyday occurrence. What are these games? If anyone would like to enlighten me. Lunar Eternal Blue Complete was bigger than Silver Star Story, but it felt like it lacked something. Fair. I just don't even know what it is. I think a retro game night stream is also a possibility. People love old school classics. Maybe that's just my own personal opinion. Oh no, I definitely agree. Definitely agree. Old school classics are the way. I mean, I started the channel with Chrono Trigger. I've played Super Metroid, a bunch of other classics. Like, there's a reason for that. And I want to play more. There's definitely ones that I've missed. And ones that I played that I just want to introduce to all you guys and just play for myself on the channel. Really, I would need to know what classics people would like to see me play so that I can make sure that I'm doing some good stuff. Like Final Fantasy VI, for example. That's a classic that I haven't played. I would love to do that. We'll have a Tom 24-hour pizza stream. Just roll the Sekiro playthrough, banana curry pizza, and a 24-hour live stream all into one for 15K. I'm not committing to that, by the way. That'd be a lot. Lord knows I wouldn't beat Sekiro in one sitting, that's for sure. I might actually bash my own head in with the controller. Season of Health becomes Season of Help within a day. Oh, boy. Listen, don't underestimate me. I have been known to absolutely butcher my sleep schedule for no reason beyond resetting it. Lunar games are hard, okay. Old JRPGs, achingly traditional. Gotcha, gotcha. I mean, it's sounding fun thus far. JRPG with full anime cutscenes from the PS1 days. Oh, one of those. Okay, gotcha. Dang, he didn't commit. Aw, see, I'm too clever for that, Baka. I am very aware of the things I say and the things that I'm responding to. Lol, banana curry pizza. I know, right, Hellzork? Again, I was talking about Elias earlier. His streams, that mad Swede, are the only places I've ever heard of such a thing.
Now. Finally.
I'll finish this thought before we continue Azelstan's navel gazing. That is the only place I've ever heard of banana curry pizza, but he talks about it constantly. And, like, people in his chat either revile the sheer thought or cave, try it, and say that they like it. So, like, as a foodie, as someone who cooks for a hobby, dare I say an amateur chef, I feel like it would be incorrect of me to just dismiss it out of hand, even though it sounds horrifying. So, if we get to that 15K, which I'm almost certain we're going to, not that I want to jinx it, but I mean, we're already over halfway and it's February. If we get there, I will definitely try it. And then I can give my honest opinion one way or the other. Kirby 64 is a good one. There's a bunch of 64 games I've never played. I've never played Super Mario 64. I never had an N64. If we're doing PS1 games, I'll throw in Persona 2, Eternal Punishment, Saga Frontier 2, and Front Mission 3. Well, Front Mission 3 is getting a remake, Star. It is confirmed. Front Mission 1 came out as a remake. 2 and 3 are in the works. So that one could very easily happen. Silent Star holds my heart because of the main character's music scene through, or the FF6 opera is a close second. I'm unfamiliar with all of these. Threads of Fate is like a proto-Kingdom Hearts. Ooh, interesting. As an experience, there are only a few collectibles in Kirby 64 that can be irritating. I mean, that's fine. I'm not a big collectible guy anyway. Wild Arms 1. That's another one I've heard a lot about, for sure. Devil Survivor would be pretty cool. I've also heard of Devil Survivor. Strategy game, though. I mean, that's fine. We can play strategy games. I just want to give people a break from it a little bit. Unless Tactics gets announced, in which case none of you are escaping that. But after we kind of finish our coverage of Tactics Ogre and Engage, or at least it slows down a lot, I want to give people a break from strategy games and RPGs. Favorite classic RPGs that people remember fondly but never actually remember existing in the first place would definitely be the Golden Sun games on GBA. Well, I have good news for you, Fluff Enough. The Golden Sun GBA games were some of my favorite games growing up as a kid. Loved the original. Loved the second one. Oh my god, they're so much fun. Like, I would roleplay as those characters with my friends for hours, saying what synergies we would use and everything, or synergies. I still don't know how you pronounce it, IRL. So much fun. Excellent, excellent, excellent games. Banana curry pizza sounds like heresy to me. Same! It's banana slices, curry powder, chicken or ham, and then normal pizza stuff. It makes no sense to me. The idea of it sounds revolting, but so many people I've seen start swearing by it. I have to know. I have to be able to judge fairly for myself. PSX games, Threads of Fate. Yeah, that's what Star was saying, too. Do you think Dragon Quest XI will be finished in streams then? Almost certainly, yeah. Again, I want to get back to it with my buddy Mike that I did a few streams with back in the day. If I can just find the time to schedule the damn things with him. But yeah, those would definitely be streams. That game is so long. It would have to be streams. Golden Sun is a classic. Oh, yes. Just never played the third one on DS. I have played the third one. I never finished it. I bounced off it real hard. And I still, to this day, say I'm going to go back to it. But never quite mustered the gumption. Or time. Or desire.
To the landlocked, a pirate is nothing more than a scoundrel, an outlaw who takes gold and lives. The landlocked can keep their precious laws. The sea is free. Upon her waves, all are one people. If you ask me, it's them who are the scoundrels. Runway, Balbatos, Brenton, dung heaps, the lot of them. I'm a pirate. I know no other life. But there's things you can see from the crow's nest you can't see from the ground. Might be I can see some landlocked injustice invisible to your eyes. Might be I can save something you didn't know needed saving. Boy, take me with you. I can help you right this land, and write new laws. You say you'll end this war. I would have it be my last.
If that's your decision.
You might have taken the high road, risen above the bloodshed. But I'm already in it up to my boots. Come to think of it, we're not so different. You raise Justice's flag on high with red-stained hands, boy. But I don't need the young ones to walk in my wake. The sea is good. The sea is free. But a fertile field, that's the good life, eh?
Damn. What a little speech. That was good. Time and time again, Tactics Ogre proves that it is the king of writing. Holy shit, that was good. Wow. Wow. Okay. You guys talking about Breath of Fire? I love Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire 2, man. That was another big piece of my childhood. 1 and 2. Those are the only ones I ever played. As with all things, we'll see what happens. We'll see whatever happens to be most convenient at the time. What are you trying to say, Segno? Calling people out here right now? It's not just a matter of what's convenient, it's a matter of what I want to do, damn it. Out here getting sassed by the mods.
And let us end this war together.
Good choice.
We did it! Something I've been meaning to do for like 6 years. We did it! I've got Azelstan the Buccaneer. I fucked up the quest originally, but we got there in the end, chat. Let's go! Let's go! Oh, boy. I feel weird about Dark Dawn because it's objectively good by like most JRPG metrics, but it's basically just discards the tropes and staples of Golden Sun and wears its skin. That's a good description of how it felt to me, too. Yeah. Yeah. Year's already stacked for games coming out. True. That was the DS one, Baka. Azelstan's lines are great. Absolutely. Denim seems to have the higher ground. I mean, yeah. Yeah. For all of Azelstan's attempts to kind of bring Denim down to his level, Denim's definitely doing way better than Azelstan in terms of the moral high ground. Not many people know nor talk about some of my favorite games as a kid. Anybody here like these 3 games? Secrets of Evermore, Parasite Eve, and Vagrant Story, or Vandal Hearts. Sorry, 4 games, lol. I've not heard of Secrets of Evermore. I have heard of Parasite Eve and want to try it, but I've never played it. And I've heard a lot about Vagrant Story and Vandal Hearts. Vagrant Story especially because it's connections to FFT. But I've also not played either of them. Azelstan, you beautiful man. You're coming with me. Didn't mean it in any such way. Just that path of least resistance is absolutely a thing. And exactly like you said, you'll play whatever you want to play. Like FFT when it comes out. FFT is something I expect to be immediately convenient to play. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Wild Arms X-Fire for the PSP. Okay, okay. Again, I have to, like, actually know Wild Arms at all. but I'd be down to try it. All right, let's bring Azelstan with us so we can start getting some XP. And we're just going to auto battle because we're getting to that treasure chest. And I suspect that we're only going to do the Azelstan quest tonight. Law might start another day. Later, you can exercise the skeleton archers on holy ground for pirate marks. Ah, very nice, very nice. Watched a full playthrough of the Parasite Eve series. Nice. Would you recommend it? Oh, right. Azelstan doesn't, like, have AI. Fluffernuff grew up on Ogre Battle, Shining Force, Pokemon, Golden Sun, and Mega Man Battle Network, so I don't get to talk about my childhood a lot. Well, sir, let me tell you. Ogre Battle, technically I did not grow up on, but I did grow up on Final Fantasy Tactics. Shining Force, I have not played, but I have heard about. Pokemon, Golden Sun, and Mega Man Battle Network were staples of my childhood, sir, so welcome. You are in the right place. Welcome to the club. Fucking love Mega Man Battle Network. I can't wait for the re-release of the full bundle of all the games. It's gonna be so cool. Now that you have Azelstan, congratulations. I will now take my leave because it's past midnight and I need my sleep. So good night, everybody. Mr. Strife has left the building. It was good having you here, Mr. Strife. I hope you have a good night, sir. Thank you for hanging out. Would recommend the first Parasite Eve. Second one is okay. Third Birthday, by the FF15 director, is contender for the worst sequel ever made of anything. I have heard that people don't like the Third Birthday. But I don't know anything about it. I just know that that's a conversation I've seen. Although I can't help but feel that the addition of by the FF15 director is just a little bit of a dig at me and my preferences. And as such, I find it sus. Something tells me most of the audience here average 30 years old. Yeah, it's probably pretty accurate, Navi. A big chunk of the audience is now comprised of people who are Tactics Ogre fans, to no surprise. And also, perhaps to no surprise, a lot of those fine folks are my age or older. I'm 31, as of 3 days ago. So, you are probably quite correct. People talk about, like, you know, their kids and, like, finding time away from their responsibilities to play Tactics Ogre Reborn and stuff. Like, it's definitely an accurate assessment. Michael Poole says, Tom, have you ever played Secrets of Mana? Oh, Michael, you mean one of the first video games I ever played with my dad? Hell yeah, brother. Absolutely. I adore Secrets of Mana. Secrets of Mana is great. He would play the hero, and I would play the sprite, and it was so much fun. Those are precious memories for me. Now, I don't remember... I think I played a good chunk of it in college. because I had a lot of college classes where I did not need to pay attention in class, and I would emulate all sorts of stuff on my laptop. I mean, what? No one heard me say that. Anyway. But yes, so I replayed Secret of Mana then, as an adult, but I don't know if I got around to finishing it. Much like a lot of other games I played in college, I often got distracted by, like, you know, collegiate things, like papers, and fell off of games, but I remember my dad getting to the final dungeon. He probably beat the game. And it was, oh my god, what a game. What a game. I need to go back and play it again at some point. I've actually tried to convince Jane to play it with me in co-op, because I think we'd have a lot of fun, but hasn't happened yet. Speaking of Mega Man Battle Network, the Legacy Collection has a tentative release date on your birthday, so that's neat! Let's go, Fluff Enough! That's so cool, dude. I'm 100% buying it, and even if I don't play all the games on stream, I'm definitely going to be showing it off on stream at least once. More people need to know about Battle Network. Those games are perfection. Games that could be played with viewers. Have you heard of Ultimate Chicken Horse? No. No, I have not. Oh. We're in level sync now. I guess this is a scripted fight. Interesting. I mean, frankly speaking, I'm still not that worried. Really? Like, we just bring Fabo. She's got her golem slaying stuff, right? Now she has her golem slaying stuff. Same thing for Bayan. And, I mean, we just go, right? Not a dig at you, it's holding him responsible for making bad games. Oh, of course. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. With the exception of FF15, of course, which is actually a very good game, but... Ultimate Chicken Horse is a fun party game. I don't know how I've never heard of this. I'm in my 40s, so call me 30 all you want. I mean, fair, Sean, fair. Remember, guys, a lot of these games that we're talking about right now were introduced to me, who's in my 30s, by my father, who's in his 60s, because he played them. So really, like, y'all are doing just fine. UCH is competitive sandbox platforming. Okay, tell me more. "30 next year," says Villalian. Honestly, scared thinking about it. Don't be scared. There's nothing that actually changes other than an arbitrary number. And, not for nothing, the modern trend is that 30 is where your life really starts. At least here in the US. A lot of people struggle through their late teens and the entirety of their 20s, only to finally come into their own and find happiness at 30. So, hang in there. It'll be just fine. Just fine. Could have Jane play Klonoa 2. I think it'd be funny. Plus, the game's relatively short, so it's a platformer. I mean, I personally can't stand platformers, but Jane's more of a fan of them, I think. I don't know anything about Klonoa beyond that. Don't know if I can call Battle Network 1 or 4 perfection, but the series as a whole is certainly something. Always end up replaying 3 and 5 every so often. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not saying that there's not things wrong with the games, but in terms of just the overall feel and what they did and how unique they were, I think taken as a whole, perfection. All players get to choose various blocks and hazards to place in the level, and then they get to try to get to the goal. If everyone makes it was too easy, no one gets points. Interesting. Okay, okay. When y'all ping me after the stream to remind me to get on Genshin, please also remind me to check out Ultimate Chicken Horse on Steam. Race to the flag, each round you set up more obstacles. The trick is to make it so you can make it through while someone else fails. Okay, okay, okay. I like it. Sounds cool. Secrets of Evermore is basically the same gameplay as Secrets of Mana, both at SNES games, but I think you would love Secrets of Evermore. If you ever have a free minute, check out the video out on it. Okay. Secrets of Evermore. Let me jot that down. Oh, weird. That looks... I just figured I'd Google it quick. That does look just like Secret of Mana. What the hell? Is it the same devs? Is it... No, it's not in the Mana series. No way, because it would say Mana. Interesting. Very curious. I'll be surpassing the numbers in the calendar this year. What does that mean, Hellsark? That sounds far more ominous than I think you intended it to. This is the last floor. If you don't have Diego, you need him to go further. Not technically true, because we've gone further for the quest to get Iuria, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. Competitive makes it sound more flattering than Ultimate Chicken Horse is. You're actively griefing everyone else and then yourself, and it's beautiful. All right, I like the sound of that. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Klonoa is a game where you play as a hero who conquers nightmares, and your reward is being sealed away. Oh! Huh. Neat. Never played UCH, but I like watching people play it. So chaotic, it's fun to watch. Fair enough. That might just be one to check out for the 24-hour stream, then. Well, I'm going to keep calling it the 24-hour stream, but it's the two-part 12-hour stream, technically. Klonoa is excellent fun, has a fantastic storyline. The platforming gets quite hard towards the end. I see, I see. You have Ultimate Chicken Horse on Steam if you want to play. Okay, okay. Yeah, we might just have to check this out then, especially if Canadia's got it. Did everyone forget Toe Jam and Earl? I didn't forget about it, I just never played it. Tom playing Genshin? Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, it's not something I'm doing on stream right now, but I've been logging in for the free rewards. So that way, when I get around to it, I actually, like, play it.
I can't believe this goes even deeper.
The flow of the streams has changed since last I was here, but it shouldn't pose a problem. Well, boy, what will it be? Press onward? It won't be easy going. If you think you've seen foul things so far, there's more and worse ahead. And I doubt you'll be finding that pirate's treasure either. Time to stop and think about what you're really trying to accomplish here. Think well.
We've come this far. It's not about the treasure. We'll continue. Besides, we're still hiding something.
Curious. Curious, curious, curious. Okay. So... did the name of this map Was it always Ripples? Yeah, it was always Ripples of Grief. Okay. Do we just keep going deeper? Do I not have to hit up these, like, split-off paths, then? Is that how this works? Again, this is new to me. There's an event in Genshin which is giving away a free skin for Lisa. Right. It's like her Sumeru Scholar skin, right? I've seen people talking about that, but it frankly doesn't interest me. I love the Witch Hat design, so I'm not too worried about it. But I appreciate the heads up. Before I forget, speaking of games to play, not a game I played myself, but One Step from Eden is heavily inspired by Mega Man Battle Network and is basically the only other game I know of in that genre. I am familiar with One Step from Eden. My buddy Dante, who's also a Battle Network fan, clued me into it. So I haven't checked it out, but it is something that I have in my sphere of awareness. So thank you, Fluff Enough. You know, I'm turning 32 this year, 31 being the last number of days on the calendar. Gotcha, Hellsark. Gotcha. Sorry, English is hard. Oh, you're fine. No, don't apologize. Too many apologizers in this chat. Believe me, when you need to apologize, I will let you know that it's time to apologize. Until then, you're fine. Story content games, I heavily recommend the Life is Strange games. I have heard very mixed things about Life is Strange, and I haven't played it myself, so I really can't say with any degree of certainty, but I've heard very mixed things. Some people seem to really like it, some people seem to really dislike it. Rip those stat cards? Yeah, I wasn't too worried about it. That was the event, but I guess they changed it here. Oh, interesting. Most left is the story. This one here, Memories of Turquoise. Current Genshin event made me die of cringe. Yeah, you were saying something about Hu Tao having a rap or something, which sounds horrifying. Purple Lisa still looks great. Witch Hat and Joy are a man of culture. Ah, my people. Do 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 do. Na na na. Many dead things here. Should be easy pickings though. Life is Strange might not be your thing depending on your patience with teenager drama. Oh yeah. Brother, I didn't have patience for teenager drama when I was a teenager who had drama. It would not sit well with me now. Life is Strange is one of those games that tries to make you think your choices matter, only for you to face the same binary choice at the very end, no matter what you do. Fair. Although, in a lot of cases, it's the journey that really matters there, not the ending, right? Hu Tao's rap is better in other languages. Fair. Blame Deneb for how I feel about giant witch hats. Ooh, classic, classic. I don't know where my love of giant witch hats came from. It's just kind of something that became part of my personality one day. I can't think of a particular character that would have spawned it. It just is something I like. Alright, snack has been consumed. Hey, Fine is back. Welcome back, Fine. Always good to see you, my friend. Another good game, Odin's Sphere. Oh, that is definitely one I've heard of. That is one I've heard of. Again, can't say I know much about it, though. Here's one for y'all that I enjoyed, but could never quite figure out. Just always muddled my way through. I never actually finished, but... Who here... I've never heard anyone else talk about this game, but for some reason it's got PlayStation icons that you can pick from. Who here has heard of the Aegis Eclipse games? Specifically, in terms of what I've experienced, Aegis Eclipse Generation of Chaos on the PSP. My first ever PSP game. Confuse YouTube R. Tenelico? Never heard of that one. R. Tenelico is one of the best non-sex scenes in the history of video games ever. What? Navi, you're gonna have to elaborate on what you mean by that. Are not by their very nature most scenes non-sex scenes? Imagine, you can save a character's life, but it'd be too hard for the writing to account for that, so if you do, they mysteriously become 100% irrelevant afterwards. Okay, I see what you're saying. R. Tenelico has Hymnos, which is really fun to listen to. I have no idea what's happening. 13 Sentinels, true, and I do own it. It's on my PS4. And I think that's one the chat would probably really enjoy, honestly, based on the audience we've got. Never thought someone would recommend R. Tenelico. What the fuck is R. Tenelico? Kwang Bei has heard of it. German has heard of it. No shit. I think I had a ROM that says Baka. Generation of Chaos Fire. Wait. Completely forgot about that, but when I looked up Aegis Eclipse, the box art unlocked repressed memories. Oh shit, my people, I found y'all. You've heard of it, Canadian? Okay. That game was weird. That game felt like it was supposed to have a lot of strategy to it, but just never seemed like I could figure out what the strategy was supposed to be. So it was always just have the biggest units with the best commander and hope that they win. Had a fire opening though, dude. I had no idea what the hell was happening. We had like the human lands that had like technology, but then there was like a fantasy realm one world layer above that that didn't have technology, but everything was stronger. And then there was like the realm of angels and demons who had guns for some reason above that, and I did not know what was happening. There were secret characters you could find. The one dude who was totally not Sephiroth because he had black hair and a blue jacket was like super busted, and you could get him as a secret character. And there was like this like secret vampire succubus character that you could get. She was really good as a general, and like there was these tiles you had to go across with terrain effects. It was weird, but it was fun. I had no idea what I was ever doing. I didn't lose anyone there, right? I don't think so. Nah, we're good. Well, leftmost was definitely not story, so we're gonna go to Wondrous Hollow. Simply put, in R. Tenelico, if you close your eyes and just listen to one scene, you'd think some real saucy lovemaking was going on. I see? Hymnos is the constructed language of the R. Tenelico series. They use it to construct most of the story important music. Oh, that too, I guess, yeah. Interesting. Okay. The phrase... Oh, I should probably, like, start this so that our characters can go, like, do their thing and kill stuff. The phrase, the best non-sex scene, has the weird implication that it's possible for a sex scene to be better than slightly awkward, but at least it makes sense in the plot. I mean, in the sheer ranking of things, like, logically speaking, there has to be, like, the best sex scene, right? Even if it's the best that they can offer is slightly awkward but makes sense with the plot. Like, there's still one that is objectively better than all the rest, right? So I could still see it making sense. It was like, Ada's Eclipse, what is the... Oh my god, it's that weird, not quite an RTS game. Exactly. Tom's going off. Listen, man, I haven't had the chance to talk about this game that I played in 2006 with, like, anyone who knew what it was since then. It was always just intriguing enough to be interesting to me, but nowhere near fun enough to play to go back to after I had literally anything else to play on my PSP, like Final Fantasy Tactics. Probably a fine line between complex strats and just throw big things at it and hope it works out. A line I hope to be on the right side of with my big game idea. I hope that you are as well. You've enjoyed the hell out of Generation of Chaos? I'd probably enjoy it more now as an adult, honestly. Like, with a greater capacity to understand how to make systems work for me. One of the funniest parts of Arch and Elko is getting music streamers to react to the random hyper-complex ending songs of the series. This is like a whole gaming subculture I've somehow never heard of. That's a rare occurrence nowadays. But it's happened a few times with you guys. You've always brought interesting, strange things to me that I have to try and remember to, like, investigate, and then never do. Sure, but the best non-sex scene should always be just the best scene. Unless the sex scene is somehow the best scene. Fair. Fair. Like, literally speaking in terms of grammar, you are correct. Why no love for Skies of Arcadia? That's another one I've heard of, but I've never played. Brother, I was taking a drink. Don't you bring up The Last of Us 2 in this chat. Don't you do it. Especially that scene. Especially that scene. Grandia 2. Another one I've heard of, but never played. There's just too many games. Well, this is what Navi's talking about with a scene that has non-sex. Non-sex with left beef. There you go. Got him. Went to my shelf. Baton Kaidos, both games, but Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Eternal Darkness I've heard of, but I've not heard of Baton Kaidos. Or we have to go over the cursed content it is Nasu writing those scenes. Yes. Also, I seem to bring up my big game idea a lot. Just imagine being me. I've got to put up with it taking up 25% minimum of my brain power at any given time. I mean, it makes sense, Segno. And, like, you don't need to apologize. Again, Canadia is in this chat, and he experiences the same thing with Xenoblade taking up at least 30% of his minimum brain power at any given time. So, like, it's fine. See? See? My point exactly. Literally, as I say that, the man makes a comment that includes Xenoblade. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. Tactics Ogre question. Haven't gotten any units dead yet. Does their corpse still show up on the party screen like in the PSV version? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure once they're gone, they're just gone. But I've also never let anyone die permanently, so I can't really say for certain. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is also on the list of great RPGs. I mean, yeah, all of the SMT games. I need to experience SMT. Trails in the Sky, another one I'm not familiar with. Devil Summoner Raido Suzunoa versus King Abaddon is a great action RPG. Jeez. Woe befall me if I dared to think that I had any actual working knowledge of the overall landscape of JRPGs. Got to make 3+ games for games making experience, and finally get to making it just so I can not have it in my mind all the time. I mean, that's fair, Segno. That's fair. Okay, now I'm called out. I'll just shut up. No, don't shut up. I like having you here. Just saying, man. You've got major brain worms, and they're all Xenoblade flavored. Sorry, I'm going through several emotions because I scrubbed that game from my brain, and now I feel violated. I'm sorry. I did not mean to bring this woe upon ye, my friend. I just wanted to know if anyone else had heard of the game. Cultist Simulator, if you want to have fun with the Red Grail. I do have Cultist Simulator, because my friend Jordan has played it extensively. But after I picked it up, I realized that apparently it had gotten some big update that really fucked with the UI that people really didn't like, so I haven't actually played it. But it sounds really fun from what Jordan's told me about it. Oh, big crit, my guy. Let's go. I know I've not been paying attention at all to the fight, but I'm glad that we've come across something that's actually seemingly giving the party a little bit of a fight. Like, we're still fine, but we've got 2 people down, but I mean, we can clear this group out without too much issue, I imagine. Mark Fairweather. Hey, first time joining the live stream. Been following along past streams. I'm currently Chapter 4 Chaos, taking on Barnisha Castle. Thanks for the great walkthrough and content. You're very welcome, Shomark, I should say. You're very welcome indeed. It's funny, we actually just did Barnisha Castle, but on like a quick rerun using the world system. So funny that we're kind of in the same spot-ish. I'm glad that you're enjoying, and I hope that my content continues to be informative and fun for you. Thank you for stopping by, saying hi. We can't let Titanium Legman know the source material. What, of Cultist Simulator? Don't forget the Atelier games, especially Ryza. I do have Atelier Ryza 1. I have it on Steam. Just, again, haven't had the time to play it, but Canada has talked highly of it extensively, so I definitely want to check it out. I feel like the more I bring up Xenoblade, the less you're actually going to want to play it. It just comes off like it's some overhyped obligation. Don't want that to happen. Canadia, stop. Stop worrying specifically. You're fine, my dude. I want to play the games. I have wanted to play the games. You wanting me to play the games is not impacting my desire to play the games positively or negatively. It's okay. I've wanted to play the Xenoblade long before I even knew you, brother. You're fine. Don't give yourself anxiety about it. It's all good. We can send Tom to Kaga Land. What, by playing the old Fire Emblem games? Oh, goddammit, we didn't have to be there too. What is happening? Genuinely amazing JRPG, but I don't want that, or don't want to be that obnoxious fanboy who tunes people off it. You're fine. You're fine. It is fine. Iconoclast. Truth doesn't care how fervently you believe. Oh boy. I think the best game of all time is Stardew Valley. You should stream it night and day. I do like me some Stardew. Jane and I do play it occasionally. I would love to do that on stream. That and honestly, Project Zomboid I think would be a ton of fun to stream. From my own limited experience having streamed Cultist Simulator twice, it's a hard game for the audience if they aren't familiar with the mechanics themselves. Yeah, it sounds like a game that would have that kind of, like, mechanical depth. Ever heard of Summon Night? They were fun. That? No, I've not. As long as you say it's fine, then. It's fine! I am not so easily influenced, my guy. Seriously. I would have been playing the game a long time ago if it wasn't still like $60 fucking on the Steam store, which is ridiculous. Cultist Simulator is fun. I'm just joking about keeping it from you because then you'd have full context for things like Clovette's optimism is daunting. She wields her joy like a hammer. Oh, see, again, I'm already familiar with such things because my friend Jordan talked to me about the game, so. Not that specific example, but that general vibe of example. Mysteria Saga was made by Kaga. Ah, the Kaga Saga, of course. Nintendo never lowers their prices. They never have. Oh, I know. I know. Nintendo games never go down in price. That's why my offer stands. I just realized we have bottomless pits here that I have to watch out for. Got to keep an eye on our units, count them periodically. Okay, we still have 10 units, so we're good. Have I played Okami? I don't know if you like it, but it's a really beautiful game. Okami is one of those games that I've heard about pretty much my entire adult life. And even younger than that, since it came out when I was still a young teenager, but just never really interested me. It sounds cool on paper, but it's just never been my jam. Which is not to say I wouldn't like it. I've certainly enjoyed things I never expected I would like, but it's not something I've ever gravitated towards, you know? Bird or worm, Tom, you must choose. I'd say get Jane to play Okami. I've recommended Okami to Jane a number of times. She's never seemed interested herself either, though, and I would think that Okami would be kind of right up her alley. So I'm honestly surprised by that. German, what? Bosom of the Sea Goddess? Midline rift on holy ground? That's the path to the bottom? What? What? What is this game? If that's an actual game, me Googling it didn't even turn anything up, so. Oh, okay. The stages names. I'm so used to people just throwing out video game names I've never heard of. That's what I thought you were doing. Okay, cool. No, I appreciate the heads up. I'll keep an eye out for that. Thank you. Do do do. Checking up on our units periodically. We still have 10. Let's go. Okay, that actually really hurt. What the hell? I mean, I know we're feared, but jeez. These are big ice blasts. These are big ice blasts. Holy shit. Do we actually have a fight on our hands? Do I need to pay attention? Is the Pirate's Graveyard actually bringing its true might to bear? I mean, we do have Cresta, so not too big of a concern, really. And Diego is here. Welcome to fear. Oh, God. Also, who just died? Azelstan. Gotcha. Is this like where things get truly terrifying? Is that what's happening right now? I'm gonna turn AI off. Have I ever played FFT 1.3? Is that one of the fan mods? If so, no, I have not. I have only ever played OG Final Fantasy Tactics, the advanced games, and then War of the Lions. Oh, you just mean like fear is a status effect. Yeah, yeah. That's not too surprising, though. Every time Segno abbreviates Canadia's name, all I can think about is the Commander Advisory Group. Oh my god, same. I'm glad somebody else knows. Mind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. True. Always true. Always. Fortunately, we have Dante, who can res. And I play almost as fast as AI, so as long as I'm paying attention and not reading chat, that is. Do 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 do. Cressida, unfortunately, not having the mana to cast Meteor Strike, but we can at least drain the life out of a fairy. Yeah, we actually have a lot of damage on us right now. Kind of not ideal. Alright, Dante. Get ready to start resin next turn, brother. As a Scholar main in FF14, I drain the life of my fairy on a regular basis. Fair. I have zero experience with Scholars, so beyond, I guess, the general knowledge that they do have a fairy. So, more power to you, I guess? I'd suggest Community Magic Tourney or something for next Community Day, if not for the fact that we all play different formats. Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much exclusively play Commander these days, and I haven't even played a game of Commander in months, because Tactics Ogre came out and kind of subsumed my life, and then Engage came out and also subsumed my life. So I haven't even been to the local game store in months. Which is really not ideal, seeing as how, like, the fine gentleman who owns the establishment gave me a copy of his card game to review, and I haven't had the time to do it yet. It's sitting right here on my desk. I'm looking at it right now. Definitely need to do that. I remember farming on Holy Ground for Aganis the Light Coat and Jaguar's Dark Coat, but I don't know if they drop it here in this version. Good question, honestly. I don't really know. Just play online. I intended to start using Spell Table during the pandemic, which is actually the original reason that I got my GoPro as a gift to use for Spell Table and stuff like that. And then I never did. But hey, if anyone uses, like, online to play Paper Magic with each other and wants to play some Commander, hit your boy up. I'd love to. Actually, I'll probably just blurb the thing. If Titanium Legman wants to read it, he'll read it. I feel like I missed something. Oh, mind if I blurb a bit about Steve versus Alex? I mean, sure, go for it. I have not been in the Minecraft scene as a totality since long before Alex existed as a concept. And Steve didn't, like, barely even had a name. So, by all means, go for it. You'll be informing me of things I don't know anything about. Commander's like the one format I don't play anymore. And fair enough. I just enjoy not having to worry about, like, my cards no longer being allowed to be played. And also I like the creative freedom that Commander gives, so. I used to play more draft and stuff, but, you know, playing draft regularly requires either winning a lot or having money to spend, and there's been a fair stretch of time where neither of those things were really something I had available. I'm a decent Magic player, but, you know, I tend to go for what's fun more than what wins, and so I lose. Surprisingly enough. Stop playing Magic with Kamigawa because no one plays anymore, though I do have an unopened box of Alpha and Beta in my closet. Oh, bro. Holy shit, those would go for a pretty penny. Tom secretly going, yes, my insert banned commander deck will always be playable. I do not have a single banned commander deck, thank you very much. I am not so heretical as to do such a thing. Draft is peak Magic, but yeah, it's expensive. Oh, of course. I mean, that's how the game was designed. Of course it's peak Magic. And I do love Draft. It's just, you know, expensive. Plus, Arena just aggravates me, so. Once I feel like it's a little bit more reasonable to spend money on Magic semi-regularly, I'll just go do Draft at the local game store and be done with it, rather than giving money to Arena. Your fun deck is all unglued cards? Oh, nice. That's always a fun time. Alright, we have to res Azelstan like yesterday. Things are getting a mite hectic around here. We're going to use Brynhilder's free res. Free to play on Arena personally. I'm good enough at draft to draft infinitely. Wow, humble brag over here. Jeez. No, I'm generally speaking good enough at draft to win most of the time, but I get unlucky a lot. Like, a lot. So there's been a number of times where I really should have won and just drew like 5 lands in a row. So... What's with this guy's defense? Weird. We're just, like, not dealing damage, huh? Weird. Anyway. Have I crafted the cursed weapon yet? Not yet, Akadet. I have a few, but I'm waiting until I have characters at level 50, which we are close to having to do this thing. This Skelly is so weirdly tanky. I really need some of this stuff to start dying, or we're actually going to be in trouble. Nice. Good crit, good crit, good crit. Dragon down. I have to check and make sure I still have everybody. I do. Alright. I think we've got this. The one thing that could be a problem is that this one Skelly is going to get up in a second here. But even so, we should be able to manage that. Especially if Dante can fly down and exercise it, which would just be dandy. Yes! Be gone! Do I have the Ogre Blade yet? No, I don't have that yet either, Akadet. Had a bit of a hiatus from Tactics Ogre due to the release of Fire Emblem Engage. But we're getting back to it now. Come on, kill it. Go, Gildas, go! Screw and float will still happen plenty. That's magic for you. Working to minimize how much screw hurts and giving yourself things to do when you flood. These are two important skills for drafting. And there are skills that I generally have. Like, I am quite a decent drafter. Don't get me wrong. I have won or come in, like, the top 3 or 5 of numerous drafts IRL, and I've won plenty of drafts on Arena, but I am just very unlucky. Also, we did it. Whew! Alright, so there's Midline Rift. We're almost there, folks. We are almost there. Just cheat and play with a 41 card deck during Limited. $39 is cheating, but 40 is a minimum, not a required number. Right. Gonna drop Azelstan until I can level him. He's not quite cutting it anymore, you know? There have been times where I've run 41. It can be strategically correct sometimes, but very rarely. And yeah, it means a lot less hemming and hawing over that last cut. Oh, yes! Yeah, I've definitely run 41 before. Many octopi. Gather round, children, gather round. We're going full control from the start here, so we don't wind up in an awkward situation like we had last time. I think I'll call it a night. Started nodding off. Fair enough, Star. Fair enough. Thank you for hanging out as long as you did, brother. I hope you have a good night. Kill the Krakens ASAP. Oh, that's my first target. Diddle-doo, 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 diddle-doo. Bye, Fine. Oh, wait, Fine's staying. Hi, Fine. Hey, Tom, thanks for stream. Absolutely. Absolutely. Always happy to provide, brother. As always, again, thank you for hanging out. Never underestimate my ability to choose to make things massively more complicated than they actually are. Yeah, I gotta go. Let me scroll up here and see what you actually wrote. Okay. Steve, an anchor, exists only for the player to have a form, a creation, a will. The player needs something, anything. Steve's name doesn't matter. He's something, anything. It's all he needs. True. Alex, an awareness, a difference in perception and expression, a choice. Alex did not need it to exist, but did so anyway. With her, the player has the chance to choose a different vessel. Both understand the player. And just because I know for almost certain this will be missed, chakras from above to below are associated with awareness, perception, expression, understanding, will, creation, and anchor. Didn't quite get the last bit there, but that's fine. We make our own fun. Exactly. So you get it, Star. You get it. There's a big brain hidden in all that obfuscating, mystical humbo jumbo that you put out there sometimes. But I love reading it. By the way, if any of you all want a fun little Magic trivia game to play, I suggest Max Makes Magic's daily community posts. Basically, he posts incredibly pixelated card art of a legal commander. Each picture is slightly less pixelated than the last, and how many pictures it takes you to get it is how many points you get. Interesting. That sounds fun. Do 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 do. Oh, Tim, talk about the Magic 30th stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Really interesting how Magic 30th came out, and suddenly WotC and Hasbro's stock has just been plummeting. Really interesting. Boy, oh boy. Whoever could have expected the consequences of my own actions. Remember, Magic the Gathering and D&D are under-monetized, guys. Some of the most expensive hobbies in the overall world of gaming, if you aren't pirating things. Under-monetized. Yep. Mm-hmm. Really all that needs to be said about it. Awareness, perception, expression, understanding, will, creation, anchor. Alex was associated with the top 3 and Steve with the bottom 3. Uh-huh. Okay. I get you. I got you. Man. Fabo really took a beating while I wasn't looking, huh? Well, all we've got is Major Heal 2, so we're going for it. WotC's panic with 5e is definitely related to how poorly received Magic 30th was. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, when suddenly their decisions have caused not one, but 2 of their flagship titles, and by 2 of their flagship titles, I mean, you know, their 2 flagship titles to begin floundering in the water. Really kind of lit a fire under them, you know? Heard about all that, something about them trying to monetize imagination. Yeah, they're trying to put a battle pass in your imagination, basically. That's the long and short of it. You can interpret what you want from that. $40K is way more expensive than Magic or D&D. Yeah, but the developers behind $40K aren't waxing philosophical about how the game is under-monetized. There's a big difference there. Tried to make it so that if you made custom content, they could at a later date sell that content without having to pay you, because you would give them an irrevocable 100% free to them license. Correct. Don't know much about Hearthstone, but my brother has told me the most powerful card in Hearthstone is your credit card. Yeah. It's gotten more like that over the years. I used to play a fair amount of Hearthstone. One of my buddies got me into it. And it has definitely gotten worse over time, which is perhaps unsurprising given the similar track record of Blizzard as a company. Good fear application. We like this denim. Very good, very good. I don't like everyone having black mucus on them, though, so I can't freaking hit anything reliably, but whatever. You stay in the ecosystem, buy everything except that bad stuff that sends a message. I mean, on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, better to not give them any money at all if you dislike what they're doing than to give them some money if your connection to the game is not so strong that it hurts you more to leave it. Battlegrounds is free. Is that one of the Hearthstone modes? I'm unfamiliar. It's been a long time since I played any Hearthstone. Personally, I always like taking all my beta cards to meetups and watching everyone cringe as I shuffle them since they have no sleeves on them. Bear in mind, we're using the same cards since beta came out. Yeah, fair, fair. I mean, at that point, they're just well loved, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's just not worth considering the monetary value of something that's had such a role in your life all those years. Like, whatever, man. Enjoy your cards. It's not worth giving it more thought than that sometimes. Also heard the D&D company can just claim and use fan creation without giving credits or royalties. Well, that's what they were trying to do, but thankfully after much vitriol from the community, they are stepping things back. Now, of course, that was probably expected and part of their strategy, and they'll be coming back with something that seems more fair, but that they were actually intending to land on in the first place, but, you know, we take small victories where we can get them, right? Got a big Giga Tempest lined up for these Skelemen. Nice. So what a lot of the internet doesn't understand, boycotting a corporation is ineffective. Boycotting specific products, on the other hand, sends a message directly to the company's profits. The thing about that, though, Fine, is by still playing in the ecosystem, you still are playing by their rules. Whereas if something like Magic 30th bothers you so much that you prefer to just get out, that's the ultimate loss, because now you're fully out. They're not getting anything from you potentially ever again, and you are moving on with your life without having to be even considering the toxicity that X company is trying to bring into your life in some form or fashion, which means you are absolutely the one winning out. The bad thing is less profitable than their good thing, they'll stop doing the bad thing. Right, but that's the issue with something like Magic 30th, is it's so bad that people would rather just wash their hands of the business altogether and literally move on with their lives. That's the issue with stuff like Halo Infinite being so bad that it's tanking Halo as an entire franchise. It's not even people being like, oh, I don't want to engage with Halo Infinite anymore. They're saying I don't want to engage with Halo, period, which is the worst possible thing that could happen. It's not even a matter of boycotting. It's just like, nah, I'm done with this. And that's going to send a much bigger long-term message when people just don't even care anymore. And to me, that's been a lot of the response to Magic 30th and the whole D&D fiasco. If you give them no money, they don't change. Incorrect. If one individual doesn't give them any money, they don't change. But if a whole slew of people don't give them any money because they're going to other card games or other tabletop formats, they will absolutely change, which is exactly what's been happening. Glad we live in the day and age where making interactive mediums are accessible enough that we've got people making things like Diablo Tier 5 Gem Drawer Simulator. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Simple application that simulates the number of loot rolls that you'd earn if you succeed at a paid rate and shows you how many hundreds of dollars you'd need to pay to possibly get even one of the best pieces of loot. If Magic 30 bothers you so much that you leave the game, one, you care way too much about something unimportant, and two, the company's data doesn't tie your leaving to that specific product. Who cares about the company's data tying you to that specific product, though? The whole point is that, like, something, or a body that controls something that you have enjoyed casually, or maybe not so casually, for a long time has done something so egregious that you don't want to associate with it anymore. At that point, why do you care what their data says? You don't care about changing anything anymore. You just want out. You don't want anything to do with it anymore. And that is overall the most damaging thing a company can experience. If people would rather completely disengage with the idea of their product than take the time to cherry pick their way through a bunch of abusive nonsense, that's going to hurt them the most in the long run. Like, why subject yourself to, like, oh, God, all right, well, this thing sucks. Now I have to talk about why it sucks and decide if it's worth buying or whatever, when I could save my time and money, time being the most valuable thing any of us have, and just go do something else that I don't have to waste that time trying to figure out, is this thing predatory and shitty and annoying, when I could just enjoy something similar without having to deal with all that bullshit, right? People complain about how bad Halo 5 was. No one imagined Halo Infinite could be a flop. Oh, yeah, Halo 5 sucked ass. At least Halo Infinite had a fun campaign. I don't like Halo 5. Difference between taking a detour versus burning the bridge. Right, exactly. And sometimes it's better to just burn the bridge and be done with it and do something else with your life. Very much imagined how bad Halo Infinite was going to be. Well, a lot of people did. The fact that it came out in the state that it did with a campaign that was actually, like, fun and halfway decent, if not up to par with, like, the Bungie era, but still the best that 343 has put out, in my personal opinion. I've played them all. Multiplayer notwithstanding. It says something, given how terrible it looked originally. It's why this one D&D fiasco is so interesting, because it's a combination of the hubris of 40 with the greed of MTG 30th. Well, yeah, and it's emblematic of the current command and control structure at Wizards of the Coast and the overbearing pressure of WotC, who are held up by the success of Wizards of the Coast, and because of the current environment, want to squeeze as much of them, or as much out of them as they can, as fast as they can. And have put people in place that will try, they'll fail, but will try to achieve that. Thinking logically, corporations operate based on data, not logic. Right. But consider, I don't give a shit about a corporation's data. Because it's baseless and evil. And as such, I don't give a shit about it. I know what's real and right. I don't need anyone else to confirm it for me. And I'm not going to engage with something that makes no sense just because I enjoy a game that is made by them. I can still enjoy the game without them. I'd rather disengage entirely than play their game. Sad that nowadays companies making games with profit is number one and fun as the last priority, not all though. Oh yeah, well that's a good thing. There's plenty of companies out there that like make something because they're passionate about it, and that's cool. It's good. Yes, unfortunately, there are way too many of the latter currently. Or the former, I should say, the former. On holy ground, we're here, everybody. The treasure.
This as deep as it goes?
Ah, the welcoming party's arrived.
Oh, defiles our sacred ground.
The Spirit Rockham. I wasn't expecting a generic ghost sprite.
Sacred ground? What's this? I feel a draft from up ahead. There's something beyond here, isn't there?
Might be.
Leave. Leave here at once. Leave, or we will take your lives as penalty for your trespass.
Mm-hmm.
Azelstan, it's you!
It's a trick. Not very clever, though. This is one face that won't come back to haunt me.
Interesting, interesting. Okay. Very cool. Whole point is you left because the thing you like is bad now. Wouldn't you rather it get better? I'd rather not have to spend my time and effort to wade my way through something that's actively trying to abuse me than let it try to abuse me. Like, you were saying that you care too much about something if you leave over Magic 30th. I would argue that you care about it just the right amount to say, hey, this thing sucks now, and the writing is on the wall that it's as bad as I think it is and getting worse, so I'm out. And then if it gets better, it gets better. And if it doesn't, no skin off my back. I'll live. I've got the cards that I have now, and I can proxy whatever I want. Why would I not leave? Either it gets worse and I was right to leave, or it gets better and I'll come back, right? So what do we even have going on here? We're level synced. And there's a bunch of undead and not Azelstan here. A specter. The spirit of a dead sailor lingering in the depths of the pirate's graveyard. As long as they still yearn for something of their former lives, they will never be free. Notably has axes instead of guns. Speed star, risk management, slow proof. Okay, okay. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm going to make this nice and quick because I'm getting tired and want to wrap this up here soon, so. That should be good. It's easy enough to keep half an eye on things. If it gets better, then you can just hop back into it again. Exactly, exactly. Fundamentally, it was supposed to be a limited edition collector's item. Who cares? It was still a blatant greed cash grab that was absolutely against the idea of celebrating the 30th anniversary or something. I don't care what it was supposed to be. I care about what it should have been. What we all know it could have been and should have been. Halo Infinite was fun when it came out until I realized I wasted a month for the weekly cosmetic rewards that I barely see. Well, exactly. Exactly. Now, I've been totally against the cosmetic rewards, quote-unquote, of that game since it came out. Gameplay was fun enough. I enjoyed the campaign, but I've never played Halo to grind skins and try to get stupid cannon-breaking nonsense on my Spartan. Real winners quit. If it sucks, hit the bricks. Just play Pathfinder 1, so I'm still happy. I play 5e with my friends, having never spent a dime on D&D. What does that tell you? They're not game pieces. They don't affect anything about the actual game at all. Yeah, but they should have been. That's the point, right? It's an excuse to say, well, they're not game pieces. They're collector's items. Who cares? They shouldn't be. I'm not here to make excuses on WotC's behalf, you know? Don't forget to bring Azelstan. I figured it would be a bad idea since he's not up to snuff, but I mean, I could? Did we just get dialogue? Because if so, I mean, I'm not that worried about it. If it's a matter of getting the chest, though, then... Well, I'm to spend their time making game stuff instead of collector stuff, then the best way to do that is to vote with your wallet. Right. By not buying any of their stuff until they change course because they realize they're losing money. No cutscene after if you don't bring him. Ah! Shit. I saved before we came in here, right? Certainly I did. Yeah, I did. I did. It's fine. It's fine. I literally have to leave the whole game to reset. Okay, 1 second. Hold up. Hold up. Let me reset. Hold up. You need Azelstan for the completion reward. Ah. Damn it. All right. I mean, that's fine. We were literally at the start of the fight. It's all good. Blatant greed cash grab, one that's using non-game pieces, so it's fundamentally divorced from actual Magic. Literally could not ruin the game of Magic. You're right. It hasn't ruined the game of Magic. I will continue enjoying the game of Magic by not giving WotC any money until they change course. Easy. Hey, we're back. Dumb product, but absolutely is not part of the actual game. Yeah, but it's very emblematic of the viewpoint of WotC, and it's not a viewpoint that I want to support. So since they've shown their hand, I'm going to show mine by not buying anything from them.
Tactics Ogre.
Easy. All right, Azelstan, I'm sorry. I'll bring you this time. I didn't think about it. That's on me. I'm a dummy-dumb who didn't think, hey, maybe you should bring the character that this whole event is about. That's on me. Doom, ba-na-na-na. Games should not be black box installations that prioritize maximizing player interface over everything else. And a lot of games have started doing this daily reward garbage. Exactly. Precisely. Segno, you get it. By not buying their stuff, their course change will be pushing further in a new direction, not moving back to what you liked before. Yeah, fine. Good for them. Not my fault they fucked up in the first place. I'm not here to course correct the entire company of WotC. Either they figure it out or they don't. I got other things I can do with my life. God damn it, I forgot to cancel AI. Come on, brain. Okay, then we do this. AI is now canceled, and I can actually have Yuria, you know, do her job instead of going and slapping an octopus. Want to change the company? Best way to do so is to become an employee. Sticking around and continuing to give them money on something else only shows them that they still get money. Correct. Better that they get no money. Whatever they choose to do with that is fine with me. WotC's had overpriced collector items forever. The only difference is that this time they're card-shaped. No, that's just wrong. There's a big difference this time when, like, the cards are as expensive as they are. You literally can't argue this point, fine. There's no point in arguing it. Realistically, all we have to do is bring down not Azelstan, so I'm hoping he runs at us. If we're lucky, he'll do so, and then we can just summon magic him into the ground, but we'll see. I also know their time frames. If they stop getting money on other things, specifically after they put out something people don't like, then the data can reflect that. Exactly. WotC's not dumb. You know, we're talking about all the data that they have and everything like that. And, like, when people stop spending money on anything that they do, if it correlates to, hey, this is around the same time the Magic 30th came out, they will track that and be aware of that, for sure. I have no moral obligation to tell this company, hey, this is the exact way and time that you fucked up. But, like, I'm still here to support you by buying this other stuff. I don't care. If you slate me as a consumer, you have no reason to get any money from me on anything. That's literally supporting something that has abused you as a consumer. That's dumb. I'll always get them confused because Wrath of the Chosen was a great expansion for a great game. Wizards don't deserve the abbreviation WotC. Oh my god, Sean, you and me both. I played Wrath of the Chosen long before I got into Magic. So for a long time, I was always very confused when people were talking about WotC. Because, like, comparatively, Wrath of the Chosen is very little known. Whereas, like, WotC as a company has been around for decades. But to me, WotC Wrath of the Chosen always came first. And god, like, I've always argued that was the last actual example of a proper expansion to a game. Not just DLC, but a proper expansion that fundamentally changed everything about the game. Fucking love that DLC. It's so good. Meanwhile, I'm here in my corner going, 4E literally saw the death of the D&D brand that required an unrealistic convergence to occur in order to recover. And all that had to happen was no one playing D&D. Exactly. Precisely. Why did the big change with the OGL happen? Because everyone started canceling their D&D Beyond subscriptions. They could have just said, well, we're not going to buy into anything that's going on with the new OGL, but we'll keep using our other stuff. But instead, people said, no. It's the wrong buff. No, we're not going to engage with this at all because you're clearly taking advantage of us. And it worked. Drop by to see Azelstan. Happy to hear you talk about D&D, WotC, the OGL, etc. Absolutely, Rob. Absolutely. Definitely all similar spaces that we're interested in. And I've talked at length about all this stuff with Jane before. It's just not been relevant to the channel at all. But it happened to be a discussion that came up, so. Night shouldn't stay up till 5 a.m. anymore. Yeah, no, Navi, sleep. Sleep, brother. Absolutely. The VOD will always be there for you. Bottom line is all they care about. The only way to get them to choose to actually do something is to break the bottom line. If they keep getting money, why would they bother with any effort? Precisely. None of us are under any obligation to support anything that Wizards of the Coast or any other company does. If something they do is distasteful to you personally, makes you uncomfortable or worried about the direction that they're going with the brand or the game or the product that you enjoy, you are under absolutely no obligation to do anything with that company anymore, and in fact you are under a moral obligation to yourself and to other people who enjoy the product that you are enjoying to not give that company anything until they see the monetary ramifications of their actions and decide to change things, because again, they'll be able to see when they did, hey, we did this shitty thing and suddenly started losing money. Even if people kept supporting other things that they were doing, that will still be something that will show up in their graphs. Is there anyone who's really hurting right now? We got a big major heal. No, not really. Honestly, I think we just pick up this damage up and save our mana with Gildas. Although, actually, hold up. No, this guy's in range of Cyclone Saber. Haha! Dumb to think this company slighted me specifically when you're not a collector, and their actual offense here is charging collectors too much for this product that non-collectors weren't supposed to be interested in the first place. Fine, you're continuing to miss the point that the only thing that came out with Magic 30th, when all the messaging was, this is a thing that we can all celebrate together, was a ridiculously overpriced piece of garbage that realistically could have been something that everyone could have bought into, but instead they chose to overprice ridiculously to the point that even collectors were priced out, let alone the average person who's been enjoying Magic for a short time or a long time. That's why people are upset. It doesn't matter that it's not about gameplay. It is a slight to everyone who enjoys Magic who would have liked to have owned a piece of this, but literally cannot, yet are somehow expected to. Then when the messaging goes, oh, well, you know, we don't expect everyone to buy all of our product, that's ridiculous. That's not a statement that any company should ever make. So no, it's not about a personal slight in terms of like, oh, this company came from me specifically. But an individual can absolutely feel slighted when something that should be celebratory for everyone is in fact, again, an overpriced piece of shit. Not up to date, but they still push that D&D monetization thing. No. They've walked it back, although everyone's pretty much rightfully called out that they expected to have to walk it back, and whatever their actual plan that they're hoping to land on is what will be coming down the pipeline in a few months. But no, they've completely walked back the OGL and the monetization, all that type of stuff. They're making D&D 5e Creative Commons, so anyone can use it. It'll be irrevocable forever, all sorts of stuff like that. What happens if they do something shitty but everyone buys it anyways and it shatters sales records? I mean, then the course is set, and if you're not happy with it, you just get out while you can. Likely mean that one will be DOA if everyone else sticks to jumping ship. Right. But I warned my friend in the D&D creator space that it's not over. Only the mini boss is dead. More to come. Just needed this to quiet down because of the upcoming D&D movie. Right. Exactly. Precisely. Break from playing 5Es will allow me to pick up Tactics Ogre Reborn and looking at Redemption Reapers. More of a TTRPG guy. Fair enough. Never hurts to branch out into different spaces, though, if for no other reason than just to change of pace, right? And hey, I'm glad that you took the time to check out Tactics Ogre as a result. That's pretty dope. I mean, that's the thing with me, too, right? Like, 5e being Creative Commons now means, like, if you like that system for the most part, then you can just do whatever you want with it, which is awesome, because that's pretty much what me and my playgroup have been doing for the last 3 years anyway. The fact that I can just give my party a collective, like, 200 MP a turn with Yuria is insane. I can't wait to finish writing my guide for her, but I have to finish writing my guide for the Apocrypha first. Yeah, that'll work. They wanted to release assets like that. Should have been as oversized cards that the disparate parties wouldn't worry. I could see that. Or just reduce the price. Should have been a completely different product. Is a completely separate issue. The product they made is expensive, and yeah, they could have made a different product. Given the product that they did make, is it really that offensive? Yes. Yes. Again, something can't be a celebration if the majority of the people that made the product what it is are completely priced out of even trying to engage with it in the first place. If that idea wasn't a complete failure, they wouldn't have experienced the backlash that they did. The fact that even Magic players who've been buying into literal gambling for years said, nah, this is too much, tells you everything that you need to do, or need to know. And all the arguing in the world can't change that.
Pain. Endless pain. To those who defile the sacred ground.
If it was $10 a pack, I still would have zero interest. If it was $5 a pack, I still wouldn't care. That's you!
Don't worry, I'll lead you true.
There are plenty other people who would absolutely buy into it at that price, but they didn't.
Azelstan?
Come with me, boy. I'll show you what a ghast thinks is worth protecting.
Funny how games like Tactics Ogre Reborn, Final Fantasy Tactics, and other tactics games are what D&D is like in video game form. Classes, builds, and play, team play, etc. Yeah, it's interesting to see the connections, right? One of the major problems with Magic 30th, ignoring the price, is that it threatened the enfranchised collectors. Whether you agree with them protecting their interests is separate. Since Magic 30th existing means that the value of any cards for those collectors is highly threatened. To make a proper D&D Tactics game. IRC, there was an old PSP version, but we need a proper D&D Tactics Reborn. Hopefully a D&D Tactics based on the 5e system. Well, so that's kind of what Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be, right, Rob? That the Larian Studios guys are developing? Very similar.
What is this place?
This is their sacred ground. Well, more of a dead end than anything. You see that chest of coins there? Take it. Better than going home empty-handed.
This is the treasure, or I cannot take this. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a test. Hmm. So, from what you guys were saying, taking the treasure is actually the negative option, right? What do you get if you take it? Two helps with cast frame. Right. Because I legitimately don't know what the treasure would be. Canadian's saying I would guess a lump sum. I'm thinking as much, which, like, I can just make money wherever. If that's all it is, then I'd rather leave it be. I do love all the swords and axes stuck in the ground and everything. That's very, very interesting. Very cool set piece. Taking the treasure gives a pirate's mark and some other stuff. It suffers psychological damage. It's funny. This is very much emblematic, I feel, of what the game was trying to make you experience. But coming down here, I was like... So the dead and the damned don't want us to take their treasure. That's their loss. The living can use it. But now that I'm here... it somehow feels better to leave it. Even though I really don't care about the chaos frame in terms of sheer story choices, which I do care about with this game. It's the reason that we're on Princess route right now instead of Lord. It feels right to leave it.
I can't take this. This place is no treasure trove. It serves another purpose, though I cannot say what. These swords thrust into the ground. Someone left these here for something.
Presumably Azelstan.
As markers? Could this be a grave?
Aye. This here's the place where the souls of departed pirates come to rest. No one mourns them, so they wander until they find their way here. The pirates' graveyard, this. Everything they left here, they left as proof they lived. A pirate's life is no glorious affair, and neither's his death. A few manage to come ashore, take a wife, raise a family, but most don't live half so wise. After your first captain and your last crew are gone, there's no one left to remember you. That's why they leave their swords. A nameless grave beats just nameless. If you can't leave your mark in any other way, you leave it here.
Thus, a sacred ground, and a treasure worth protecting.
Or a desolate cliff strewn about with junk, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, this is good. Which should really come as no surprise, given its tactics, Ogre, but this is good.
Is that why you came? To pay your respects?
You think my heart beats as warm as that?
I have a hard time thinking you came all this way just to reveal the true nature of this treasure.
I see some folks just popping into the chat now. I'll catch up with you in just a second once we finish the cutscene.
There was a time when I lost sight of what was ahead. When my daughter died. I couldn't take the battle, so I came here. Maybe I was eager to join the ones who left these swords. The currents around here are treacherous things. Take your eyes off the sea for a moment, and she'll drag you down. From the moment I entered the cave, I didn't pause to rest or think. I just kept walking, deeper and deeper. I knew what this place was as soon as I stepped foot out here. I stood here a while, then went back the same way I'd come in.
You just turned around?
I did. This here's a place for those who went the full distance. Not for one like me, who always runs his flag at half-mast. I left my ship that day. Why? Because I had nothing more to do with it. That's why. I wasn't about to sail headlong into death like the ones here. Or start a new life either. Dread pirate. I was a coward. Couldn't put his daughter's death behind him.
I mean, who could?
But there is something that needs doing. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Thank you for your help.
Sorry there's not more for you to take home than this pile of coin. With luck, some of them will be old enough to have taken on a bit of value.
Even so.
Interesting that the game even acknowledges the fact that, like, just because a bunch of coins are still golden and glittery, like, doesn't mean they're actually worth anything, unless they're antiques. In which case, maybe so. It's not something you see every day.
These things aren't for
In terms
anyone
of fiction.
to use. Least of all for war. I'll let it rest.
Well, I wasn't expecting that from you.
Let's return. We're not meant to be here. We've things yet to do.
God, that choir. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful. That was good. That was very, 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 very good. And now we have the lad himself. Very sick. Obviously can use swords and pistols / fusils. Has evade. What other stuff does he have? Fists, daggers, swords, two-handed swords, axes, whips, crossbows, and fusils. Constitution and insight, pincer attack, steadfast, double attack, resist petrify, resist charm, coax, shadow break. Interesting. Evade, speed star. Very nice. Back attack, apostate, and risk management. A truly eclectic mix of like 4 different classes, and yet so good. Very nice. Very nice. Let me see what's going on with this most recent of events, and I'll catch up with chat. Hope we can see the endgame cutscene too. I hope so. I hope so. I don't really know what dictates what ones show up. On second thought, Azelstan doesn't seem impressive to make a final 12. Seems like a generic Rune Fencer denim is better. Or seems like a generic Rune Fencer denim is better than Buccaneer denim until you get Lord denim. Skipping the treasure is fine then. The interesting thing about Buccaneer is it does give you a lot of good defensive options, while also giving things like Speed Star, which are very nice. Speed Star double attack, very strong. Very strong. Azelstan makes a serviceable ranger. Very good, I agree. Think about killing my Denalta so I can re-recruit him at level 3 or 5 after getting Witch and making him a Witch. You can do that, Veng Shane. You can absolutely do that. With the world system, anything is possible, and you can definitely do optimization like that, which is fun. Let me go back a little bit here. We'll talk about Magic 30th stuff, which I mean, I've made my points. Fine, and I disagree, and that's fine. That's fine. No point in rehashing it over and over. Pause, champ. Reject. 2 helps with Chaos Frame. Right. Baldur's Gate 3 closer to Divinity Sin 2, not grid-based. Wanted the indie game that's grid-based. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I would say Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the closest thing we're going to get for a while, but with the resurgence of grid-based tactical RPGs, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Hey, Justin is here. Hello, Justin. Again, sorry I missed your initial message. I was very engrossed in that cutscene. It was very nice. If you're just going to roll away, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, fair, but I still like to see the scenes that resonate with me morally, you know? Worst part from this dialogue option is they explain what the treasure part is after you're forced to make a decision. That's fair. That's fair. It kind of lines up with the idea that, like, it's not about what the treasure actually is. It's about what it symbolizes. So I get it. But, nah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Good guy, Legman. Hey, I do what I can. I take the treasure for the Buccaneer marks. That's true. But we'll get more Buccaneer marks. We can find them. Not too worried about that. Again, we've got the world system at our disposal. We can do whatever we want. Enjoy your good title. Oh, did we get a title? Guess we probably have to leave, right? Hey Tom, how goes it? Just got my second Heavenly General weapon. Having Katua equip the Stinky set and running it with the Light Summon is useful, and my zombies are great decoys. Yeah, that sounds about right, for sure. I'm still working on getting certain aspects of my party set up with stuff like that, seeing as how I took a bit of a break to play Fire Emblem Engage, but there's definitely some fun stuff you can do with things like that. Slayer of the Sea Witch. He who treads holy ground. Left the treasure in the pirate's graveyard undisturbed. That's nice. I like that. I like that. Can't you just buy more marks from Pumpkin? Pumpkin sells witch marks. I look like I've caught up on non-Magic 30th things. Playing Remake Knight of the Lotus. Oh, nice. Nice. I need to play that one for sure. For sure. Hoping for a Front Mission 3 remake for PS4/PS5. Well, you're in luck, Rob. The company that bought the rights to Front Mission after... Well, actually, I think they even announced it before they released Front Mission 1 Remake. But they've confirmed that 1, 2, and 3 are all being remade. On what systems, I don't know. If I'm lucky... they'll continue to want to, you know, interact with me, and maybe I'll get codes for 2 and 3, like I got a code for 1. But, yeah, I mean, Front Mission 1 Remake is awesome. I need to play more of it, and then I really want to see what 2 and 3 entail. If we're lucky, they'll be on the PS4 and 5. Skip the treasure for the Chaos Frame. Buccaneer marks can drop from monsters in this dungeon. Yeah, for sure, and this dungeon is fairly easily ground. Excited to catch another stream. Been behind on Engage, so I haven't been watching to avoid spoilers. I mean, that's fair, Brendan. That's fair. Totally understand that. So yeah, we have successfully now recruited Azelstan, which is awesome. Let's check him out here. I mean, we already looked at him. I think I don't really have anything else that I would want to change him to at the moment. I don't have access to Ranger. I do have access to Ranger. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize I had Ranger marks. Okay. So obviously Azelstan is currently level 37. We only have 13 levels worth of experience left. But for those of you who have an idea about the growth rates off the top of your head, what has better growths? Ranger or Buccaneer? Because I'll just pump a bunch of XP charms into Azelstan, get him to 50, and I'll just level him in whatever the best class is going to be stat-wise. But I'm probably going to use him as a Buccaneer. We'll use Ranger once we get to that in law. Always heard Front Mission 3 is amazing. Yeah, a lot of people were saying 2 and 3 are what they really love about the series when I was playing 1. So I'm very curious about those. Ranger marks drop from Farampa Wildwood, but Ranger sucks. And I've heard people say that. Haven't experienced it for myself yet, but... Don't know growth rates, I imagine Ranger. Ravenous and Ozma soon. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Keep him as Buccaneer. Buccaneer's better growth. He's not a fan of Ranger class and Reborn. Okay, gotcha. Well, let's pump a bunch of XP charms into your boy, then. And then we'll probably be done for the night. Because, I mean, it's already 1:30. We've been at this for, what, 4.5 hours? Finished the whole side quest, which is nice. It'll make it all the easier to work on my guide, but... I'd rather be able to start Law and really get into Law, rather than, like, starting it now for, like, a half hour, you know? Boom! Level 50. Let's go. 842 physical, 991 ranged. Good defenses. Not bad. And that's with no stat boosters whatsoever and mediocre gear. I'm excited to really see what Azelstan can do for us here. Not bad at all. And I finally, after all these years, got to actually do the Pirate's Graveyard quest, find Azelstan, meet him, recruit him, see his full story, have another very compelling moral choice in Tactics Ogre Reborn. I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier. The game continues to impress. And it's been such a joy coming back to it after a little bit of a break to play Engage. When we come back to Tactics Ogre Reborn, we will absolutely be starting the Law route. I was kind of worried that we'd only get Azelstan's quest done tonight, but it is what it is. We'll start Law next time. And those of y'all who are interested in the story of Tactics Ogre but have only been experiencing it through me, I think you're going to have a very good time experiencing what a very different story path entails. And we'll be able to get some very, very cool characters along the way. So I think it's going to be a very good time. For those of you who are curious, let me put up the schedule here. It's a little off-center. Why is it off-center? What are you doing, schedule? There we go. This schedule is a little bit out of date because obviously, I mean, I don't really know what's going on for tomorrow and Saturday, technically today. Obviously, we're not playing Engage tonight, we're playing Tactics Ogre, but, you know, the plan, as it stands, is that tomorrow and Saturday I will be off. Jane and I are going to be out of town. We're going to be picking up my car, which is finally, hopefully, going to be fully repaired. Might be doing a few more repairs with my dad on it. We're swapping out the doors, and, yeah, it's a whole time. But, that will hopefully be done, and then I should then hopefully be back on Sunday. Obviously not listed here, but I'll try and get that drawn up while I'm at my parents' place with Jane. Hopefully on Sunday, my goal is to play more Engage. I want to push towards the end. We won't be able to do it in one stream, but I want to get there. People are beating the game. I don't want to be spoiled. I want to have a completion under my belt, do more guides, and start another run. Possibly maddening, possibly a permadeath Iron Man mode. Haven't decided yet. It's going to be fun either way. You missed it. I know, Brendan. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Just happens that you came in right at the tail end. Oh, no, this has been very, very fun. After Engage, maybe on Monday, we'll start Law. Not really sure. Not really sure. And then, depending again on where we're at with Tactics Ogre and Engage, perhaps on Tuesday, we'll get back to doing some Outer Wilds with Jane. Maybe we'll even do some Outer Wilds and then pivot into Tactics Ogre or Engage after she goes to bed. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. Look for my Yunaka build guide for those of you who are interested in Engage content coming tomorrow. That is up on Patreon right now for my $10 and up patrons. We'll be live tomorrow, either at noon or at 6, depending on a couple of things. As always, everyone, thank you for all the discussion. I appreciate people being largely civil in the comments when talking about things we disagree about. I appreciate y'all coming out for more Tactics Ogre, and I appreciate everyone who isn't necessarily a Tactics fan, but shows up to hang out nonetheless. Y'all are great. It's always good being with you. For now, though, I'm going to wrap up here. I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there. And remember, be good to each other, everyone. Bye now. And I won't forget Sean. It's on my list. I will have my amiibos so I can get all of the extra little goodies out of Engage. Bye, everybody.